Coming on the Trump, wanna beat them, yeah. Dude. Want you hear my red hat? Donald Trump is your president, whether you like it or not. Keep the energy you had with Barack, cause you know the Trump train don't stop. Beto to come, I'm gonna get my Glock. I can't say the certain words. That song's been stuck in my fucking head. What the fuck is up, my compadre? How's it going? ASD. Whoa, WRQ, WRAD. I don't know what WRAD means. WRAD? What fucking configuration is that shit? I understand ASD. That's left, backwards, and right. But what the fuck is WRQ, WR8? That's a weird. I don't know what kind of combinations you're doing. What happened at the end of your video? I don't know what y'all talking about. Thoughts on the new rankings? I haven't seen the new rankings. Maybe that's what we can start off with, and then we'll get into the predictions afterwards, because I'm thinking about that Figueiredo versus Benevidez card. I'm definitely going to be posting that the day after Qatar versus Ige, just to get the boom, you know what I'm saying? Let me see these rankings, because clearly they've done them wrong. Otherwise, no one would ask me to check them. If there was nothing to check, and it was all accordingly, Garbrandt's number 3. Garbrandt is number 3. Interesting, but okay, I'm okay with that. Even though he lost to Munoz at 5, even though he lost to Munoz at 5 and beat Assunção at 7, which should place him at number 6 between 5 and 7. That's okay. That's okay. Aldo hasn't moved at all. Aldo has not moved at all in the entire division. That's what happens after a loss, I guess. Dustin Poirier has shifted above Max Holloway in the pound-for-pound rankings. I actually don't mind that, seeing as Max technically did just lose, and Poirier's coming off a big win, and Poirier's resume speaks for itself as well. He's up there. Shane Burgos back up at featherweight. I don't mind that one at number 12. That's pretty decent, actually. And Aldo's down at number 15. Holy shit. Why are they doing this to Aldo's name? He's fought twice at bantamweight. He's fought twice at bantamweight. Why is he still ranked at featherweight? It makes zero sense. It really doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And Dariush moved above Dober, which is actually correct. I like that. And Gustafsson moved up 1, and Projaska came in at number 8. And everyone else just shifted down by 1. I get it. It'd be horrible to see if they just completely dragged Ozdemir down the rankings, but I'm glad they only shifted him down by 1%. 1 point, you know. Brazil versus Nigeria main event. Paulo Costa versus Izzy. Co-main. Burns versus Usman. Make it happen. Pretty decent idea. I don't mind it. We could have Brad Riddell versus Renato Moicano on the same card. CKB versus City Kickboxing. I mean, CKB versus Brazil. I think that'd be a decent theme. Kai Kara France versus Alex Perez. I'm saying there's a few matchups to make by that theme. Salikov up 2-0 so far, right, y'all? Yeah, that was a terrible, terrible decision. I saw Zaleski dos Santos came out about that decision, saying how angry he was and how bad the judging was in his fight. But everyone was focusing on the perfectly justified decision of Volkanovski versus Holloway. So, you know, Zaleski, the real robbery of the night, doesn't get his own way. No one focuses on him. No one focuses on Halian Pava versus Algassim Agilov. Everyone's focusing on because Holloway lost. It's understandable. I understand how some people can see it for Holloway. I just see it either way. I don't mind. Third round's pretty damn close. I don't understand how this is a massive conversation. It makes no sense. Why is Paige Vanzant ranked? I didn't happen to check the female divisions. I'm going to pick my nose off camera real quick. Nice. Paige Vanzant. She's ranked somehow now. Paige Vanzant is not ranked. Don't you dare try and get me with something like that. She's not actually ranked, guys. Calm down. False alarm. She's not ranked. There's no way she's ranked. Yeah, she isn't. We're good. We're good. We're good. False alarm. I was almost about to explode. Marab is 15. Marab is 15. Marab is 15. Who is... I mean... But technically, he lost to Ricky Simone. And Ricky Simone's not number... What? I get it. I actually don't mind him being ranked where he is. But, like, Ricky Simone holds a win over him, man. And Ricky Simone just beat Ray Borg. Who did Marab just beat? Yeah, that guy. Whatever his name was. I understand, but, like, number 15 already? Jesus, that's a little bit much. He also lost to Frankie Saenz, even though it was a close fight, and I thought he won. That was, that's worrying. Zaleski won rounds 1 and 3. Yeah, he did, for sure. Zabit won. Paige Vanzant is a 155-pound hardest fight for Khabib. She is, actually. Her armbar is one of the best in the game. I mean, she's so good at receiving them. It's actually unbelievable, honestly. Do you still think Jorge beats Khabib? I think Jorge would have a real good chance against Khabib. I don't know, man. I don't know. The whole fucking main event of 251 just fucked me off. You know, just the whole thing. It was like, this is the best fighters in the world. It was unfortunate, even though they are some of the best fighters in the world. I understand that. It's just like, it wasn't shown. You know, like 251 to break the pay-per-view record that it did on ESPN is just, it's just a little bit annoying. You know, because you got all them eyes on the sport, and that was a fucking turnout. That's who was seen as the greatest fighter at world. It was unfortunate, you know. You just hit 8K. I know I just hit 8K. It's very enjoyable. I hit it overnight. It's pretty nice. Edwards is above Masvidal now. That makes sense. Masvidal lost. He's moving down in rankings. Makes sense. Also, Masvidal lost to Wonderboy. I need to check through these rankings because clearly there's some changes that I've just not been noticing. Lightweight division is fine. Welterweight, Masvidal shifts below Edwards. I'm reasonably okay with that, even though Edwards hasn't really won any big. Why is Ariel Helwani so much on it? Leon Edwards nuts? I don't understand it. Why is Ariel Helwani acting like he has no clue why they're not giving Leon Edwards a title shot? Like, Ariel Helwani will sit there with a straight face, and he's been watching the sport for a very long time and been covering the sport for a very long time. He's sitting there with a straight face, wondering why Leon Edwards has not been given a title shot. He beat Gunnar Nelson unranked by split decision. He beat RDA, moving down to 155, currently number 9. That's not a title elimination bout. I'm sorry. Like, it's just, is there really this massive, what? How? No. Let him win one more fight. Like, what the fuck? It's not like he's undeniable. People think everyone becomes Ferguson status. No, Ferguson was Ferguson status. Hakeem Dawodu versus Zubair took a gold for 253. Zubair is going to whoop up on him real bad. Guru, do you think Rose will be able to hold off Weili's ferocious striking? No, I really don't. I think she's going to get tagged back really hard by Weili Zhang pretty badly. Plus, Weili's got some decent leg kicks as well, so they're going to come into play quite a bit. I didn't see the Rose I needed to see against Andrade for me to decide that she was then going to beat Weili Zhang. Because, you know, different stuff. How the fuck does Kamaru go up on the pound-for-pound rankings above DC? Didn't even notice that one. He defended his belt, I guess. So did Volkanovski, but he didn't move up. Not to mention, Volkanovski defended his belt against someone else also on the pound-for-pound list. Usman didn't defend it against anyone on the pound-for-pound list. Volkanovski didn't go up, but that's okay. Makes sense. You know, makes so much sense. Guru Magomed is coming for your boy Kutalaba. I know, I think he's actually going to win. Kutalaba's looking pretty fat, I'll be honest with you guys. But I'm rooting for Kutalaba. We're team Kutalaba. Don't you fucking forget that shit. Best bets for fight night. I mean, let's talk about the predictions, I guess, now that we've strung things along to the Figueiredo versus Benevidez card is stacked. But it's not stacked with big names, but it's stacked with fun matchups and mini names that are fun to pay attention to. You know, like I think Montel Jackson is going to beat Brett Johns after watching the trouble that Brett Johns had against his last opponent in Miles Batista. No, Tony Gravely. How could I forget? Tony Gravely. That's how Brett Johns says his name. I've been watching the trouble that he had against Tony Gravely. Even though he ended up winning that fight, there were some grappling exchanges that I thought he was going to be far more dominant in, that he just wasn't. And I think Montel Jackson's grip strength in the clinch is going to earn himself the win against Brett Johns, keep it standing, and eventually just beat him up over 3 rounds. I've got Montel Jackson there. I don't know why I started 4 fights off the card, but no idea about Felipe versus Spivak yet. I'm feeling Spivak just because of experience, but I really don't know. That one's a tough one. Sarukian, I think, is going to beat Ramos. He can keep it standing and outstrike him, so I'm going to go with Armin Sarukian there. I don't even know. There's close fights, though. Joe Duffy's taking on Joel Alvarez. I mean, is Joe Duffy even with it anymore? It's tough card to predict that next card. Grant Dawson's probably going to beat Nad Narimani, though. That's for damn sure. And then the main card's pretty nice as well. The main card is actually pretty raunchy. Except Ariane Lipski versus Luana Carolina's on the main card, which makes 0 sense, but that's okay. Where is Yan on the pound-for-pound? Yan is... Thanks for waiting till I went off the rankings to ask such a question. I'll go back on them right now. Piotr Yan is ranked 13. But he's a champion. But I guess he's a champion who became champion against someone who wasn't really a legitimate title elimination bout. But, you know, being below those, I don't even know how the rankings work. I'm going to stop trying to understand them because they just don't make any sense. I won't be shocked if UFC do Yan versus Garbrandt. No, Moraes is targeting an October return against Cody Garbrandt. Supposedly. So I'm hoping that's actually going to be true because Marlon Moraes came out of an interview today saying, if I'll find it real quick, let me find it real quick. Where is he? Where's Marlon Moraes' head? I know that head anywhere. Don't fucking hide from me, Marlon Moraes. I know it. Where's that fucking head? Where is your head? Marlon Moraes is targeting an October return against Cody Garbrandt. That's all you need to know. I don't even know where I saw the headline, but I've seen the fucking headline. That's what he's saying. So I'm assuming that's going to be true. Marlon has COVID. No, his wife does. He doesn't. Come on, dude. UFC 252 main card is really, well, probably means he does as well, but, you know, you never know. Doesn't Moraes have COVID? No, he doesn't. He doesn't. I don't even know. I don't think it's been confirmed that he actually does. Marlon missed a clean Moraes. Philly beat Yusuf 29-28, rounds 1 and 3. Interesting. I mean, it was a close fight. Could have gone either way. I don't even remember it that much, but I didn't have a problem with the decision. It was close. I thought it should have been a split decision, but it was a close one. Ali banned at ESPN MMA to ban interviews because of Ariel. Ali Abdelaziz, yeah, I've seen it. That's a really stupid idea. If I was anyone under the Dominance MMA banner, I'd be saying, hey, listen, Ali, no, this is ESPN MMA. Please let them interview us. It's one of the biggest interviewers in MMA right now. Why would you ban them from that? So once again, Ali Abdelaziz harming his fighters just to get his own back at someone like Ariel Helwani. That's tough. I could see a lot of people maybe second-guessing them being signed to Dominance MMA after that came out. But either way, Ariel Helwani's a little bit of a snake, so, you know, either way. Piotr Yan, small Colby Covington. He literally is small Colby Covington. It's very true. How highly do you rate Jorge striking? It's good striking. He's got an iron chin. If Jorge had the chin of a normal person, I doubt he'd be as successful as he is today. I'll just say that because there's some people that don't get hit with the shots that Jorge gets hit with, but he's got a great chin. He's got good striking. He's got really good striking, but I don't know, man. It's just not. When I think of elite striking skill, I don't think Jorge Masvidal, you know? I just don't see that. But I see speed and a really good technique, but I don't think he's the best striker in the division. You know, that's proven by his fight with Stephen Thompson. But, you know, but then again, Stephen Thompson got KO'd by Anthony Pettis. So, listen, it's just whatever. MMA is just a crazy, crazy sport. Masvidal is flashy and exciting to watch, yeah. Philly beat Yusuf, yeah, you just said that. I have no idea. I'm not going to watch the entire fight back and give you my guaranteed answer. Have you seen JF Combat's new video about Cody Garbrandt's shitty boxing fundamentals and defense and why he will most likely get KO'd again? You should make videos like that. No, I shouldn't. That'd be like making JF Combat's videos. Why would I just copy someone else's videos? It makes no sense. Dude, did you see a video about this? Do the same thing. It's just been done by the guy, though. I'm not going to steal his ideas. That makes no sense. Joker underdog against Gastelum. What a joke. Hermansson's going to beat Kelvin Gastelum. I genuinely don't understand how that is not a general consensus at this point. Lima got better striking than Masvidal. Lima does have better striking than Masvidal, I'd say. Marlon's going to make no chin out cold. I don't know about that one. It's risky, but the switch kick, listen. TJ Dillashaw threw leg kicks in the first round, came up high with a switch kick in the second and knocked down Cody Garbrandt. If you don't think Marlon Moraes is going to try and do the exact same thing by throwing leg kicks and then eventually coming up high with that fucking razor quick switch kick to the head, I don't even know what to tell you. But Cody's hands come low. I don't know, man. It's interesting. It's an interesting matchup. I'll probably end up picking Moraes. I'm going to bet against Cody Garbrandt. I can't bet on that chin. The bantamweight is so good now. Piotr Yan is champ. Look at the matchups. Piotr Yan versus TJ. Yan versus Cody. Yan versus Aljo. Yan versus Moraes. Anyone, man. Anyone's in the mix right now. Do you actually place bets or do you only make predictions? No, I place bets. Marlon has Rona. He doesn't at all. Well, he does. He might do. I actually don't know. But I'm assuming that everyone's saying it means that it might be true and I might be wrong. Guru, how has nobody asked you about the damn face-offs? What did you think? The face-offs. Abdulrazak Al-Hassan missed weight, but then again, he got accused of rape falsely, so Miss a couple pounds, but at the same time, make fucking weight. You know, it's kind of hard to forgive him. I am so confident that Calvin Kattar beats up Danny Ige pretty badly. Very confident. Molly McCann seemed like she was trying to be a tough girl. Wasn't really working for it. That girl was very attractive, but Molly McCann was trying to be tough. It was weird though, because she was friendly, but then afterwards, when the face-off was over, she went back in. It was like she was delirious or something. It was a weird situation, but still cool stuff to watch. Girls getting each other's face like that. Chris Fishgold missed weight. He looks bigger than Thingy. I didn't understand that all of these fights are taking place at catch weight, and it kind of annoys me. That really does kind of annoy me, because if I would have placed bets already, I almost just knocked over a full can of Pepsi. If I would have placed bets already, I'd be pissed off finding out that all of these are taking place at catch weight now. I really would, but that's okay. I saw Guru driving around in Stockton with a beanie on. That's not true. Is Colby fighting Woodley next month? I don't know. I don't know. I hope he is. I really hope he is. But Woodley doesn't want a Covington fight, so we'll see what happens. Well, it would make sense if Woodley waited a little bit and then signed the fight, hoping that Colby didn't have a full camp and was like out drinking or something. But there's no way anyone wants to sign an 8-week fight with Colby Covington unless they're Gilbert Burns or Kamaru Usman. That just shows you the fucking food chain of the division right there. Who's willing to fight each other? Masvidal comes out after his fight with Usman. Perfect fight for him to come back to is Colby Covington. I don't want that guy. He's a bum. All right, then, dude. You're so cool, man. But, like, we kind of don't come at us saying that he's scared of you anymore. If you just turn down a prime opportunity to take on Colby Covington, makes no sense, you know? Who can Drew Dober beat in the ranks? I think he can beat Islam Makhachev. I think he can beat Beneil Dariush in a rematch. I mean, if you're asking the word can, there's a potential that he beats everyone. But realistically, I reckon he could take Dariush in a rematch. In all honesty, I reckon he could. I reckon he'd have some trouble against Cerrone, but still maybe do quite well, depending on where Cerrone is in his career right now. But he seemed to hold his chin up quite well against Anthony Pettis. But Dober, in my opinion, would lose to Gillespie. His takedown defense has always been a little bit of a problem, but he does get straight back up, but it's hard to do that against a guy like Gregor Gillespie. So maybe that would be a bit of a problem for him. But on the feet, he'd do very well against Gregor Gillespie. How is Makhachev number 11? That makes no fucking sense, man. Who would you add to 252? Who would I add to UFC 252? That's a very good question. UFC schedule. Let's find out. 252 so far consists of... God, consists. I don't know. I'd add an extra fight on there for sure, though. That's not a pay-per-view card, in my opinion. I like to see at least 2 title fights, and if they're not title fights, they better be a damn good replacement for a title fight. And Junior Dos Santos versus Jairzinho Rosenstruik, as much as I love both their names, and I think it's a big fight, there's just a reality to that's not a big fight, you know? Like, that's not the same hype as it once was with both of them coming off TKO losses. I'll be honest with you guys, you know? He's a cokehead. I'm not a cokehead. What do you mean, why am I sniffing? I'm sniffing. I've got a nose thing. Someone said Garbrandt is an upgraded version of Yan. Lol, your thoughts? Yeah. By upgraded, you mean weaker chin? That's a weird upgrade. Oh, we're going to upgrade Yan. Take his chin away. You know, like what? How is that an upgrade? That makes zero sense. I don't understand that at all. Garbrandt is an upgraded version of Yan. Right, well, how are we going to upgrade Yan? Right, we'll take his chin away and, you know what, lower them hands every time he throws a combination. Like, what? How's that an upgrade? He's a downgrade of Yan, but maybe with a bit more power. I'll give him that. Low, it's not his style, just voiceover. Weasel makes similar videos as well. They put some effort into their videos, and that's why I have more subs and viewers with less videos than you with 1K vids. Yeah, I don't care, though. That's not what I'm doing on my channel. If you want to watch that, go watch him. Is Az going to win easily? Well, I'm not going to copy everyone else's style of videos. I don't want to make that kind of style of video. I'll make them when I need to, whenever I really feel like it's worth a breakdown. I'm not going to do it after every event. So if you want to watch that, go fuck off. Guru, stop denying your addiction. We're going to have to do a chat-wide intervention. You're right. It's a really bad problem. The addiction has been lasting a very long time now. But, you know, it's just such a good drink. It really is such a good drink. Coke ain't cheap. I mean, listen, you're telling me, boys. You're actually telling me. It ain't cheap, especially Coke Zero. If Colby sits down on his shots, he can stop Usman. Fair enough, but, you know, It's a tough fight for him to come back. If Colby gets a fight in the meantime and gets back in the swing of things and gets some momentum back on his side, I'm willing to pick him against Usman. But I mean, it'll be tough to sell an immediate rematch between him and Usman. You know, it doesn't make any sense. It's not copying a style. Just admit that you're lazy and can't put any real effort into your videos. Ha ha ha. They don't go live for 2 hours a day or an hour a day, 2 hours some days. Where's their fight companions? I want to say I'm lazy and don't put any real effort into my videos or channel. Where's their fight companions? I don't see the Weasel commentating every weekend at 6 a.m. That's strange. Maybe I'm the lazy one, you know, because I don't have Premiere Pro. I'm so lazy. Crazy. Do you think we'll see TJ Dillashaw versus Piotr Yan in the future? Maybe after Aljo if he wins. And who do you think wins, Guru? Yeah, I think we'll see TJ Dillashaw versus the winner of Corey Sandhagen versus Dominic Cruz. In my opinion, that would be the perfect matchup to make to welcome TJ Dillashaw back. The winner of that will then take on the winner of Aljo versus Yan versus the winner of that versus the winner of Marlon Moraes. If Marlon Moraes beats God, it's a weird situation in the bantamweight division, but I could see TJ facing Yan eventually. I don't see TJ if he comes back and fails. I don't see him retiring straight away, you know. Guru's real name is Karrion Kross, indeed. Thoughts on the 6-fight parlay of Lerone Rivera, Qatar, McCann, Abdul Shaw? Shaw's not worth it because he's such a heavy favorite and the guy he's fighting is actually somewhat good. So don't put Shaw in there. I wouldn't even put Qatar in there. He's such a heavy favorite now. Everyone's been betting on him. So unless you've already got it, then don't bother. But his odds have been changing for me. But Lerone Murphy's decent, but I think Ramos beats him. I think Rivera's a good bet, but, you know, depends on the odds, I guess, as well. You make your decision, man. Abdulrazak Al-Hassan coming back after a long time. I'll tell you this about Abdulrazak Al-Hassan. First of all, he missed weight, which is never a good sign. What happened to Carl Roberson? But second of all, I remember him with more abs. And I like Abdulrazak Al-Hassan. But Abdul has sort of become abless because he just doesn't have him anymore. I remember him being in way better shape than he is right now. Way better shape. So we'll see what happens with him, honestly. Guru's real name is Matthew Garuski. It's actually true. That is my real name. I'm from Antarctica. Thoughts on Dawodu versus Tukugov matchup? Is he going to give you another knockout? I'm going to give you another knockout from Canada, Edmonton. I'm going to give you another knockout against the bomb. Hakeem Dawodu is not going to give me another knockout. He's probably going to lose to Zubair Tukugov by a knockout, I would say. Abdul will be fine. I still think he wins. I'm just saying he's risky, man. He really is risky to bet on coming back because there's a lot of variables outside of just his skill that's going on right now, you know. Khabib versus Cejudo. Khabib would win. Come on, dude. Don't be so silly. Moraes KO'd Cody. Yes, switch kick. I think it's a very reason. If I was to bet on any kind of KO that Moraes was going to get, I'd bet on a switch kick KO to the head for sure. Don't listen to these cunts, Guru. I watch you for a reason, lol. Oh, I don't give a fuck. There's only one person saying some shit. Masvidal or McGregor? I don't like these questions, man, because they're divisive, and I always give bulletproof answers. Masvidal at 170, McGregor at 155. So bulletproof of an answer is that, man. So good. So good. Wonderboy versus winner of Woodley Covington. No, that'll keep Wonderboy out for way too long. And he's old and he hasn't fought since November. So I'd like to see him back in there against Chiesa. So do the winner of Chiesa versus Wonderboy versus the winner of Woodley Covington, maybe. But if it's Covington and Usman beats Burns, don't even bother. Don't even bother mashing him up afterwards. You just got to maximize the chance of getting a Colby Usman rematch because it's the only... If Usman beats Burns, Colby rematch is the only competitive fight in that division. Actually, more and more recently, I've started to think that Wonderboy would do quite well against Colby or Usman in that division. More and more recently. Even though they're bad matchups for him technically, I think Wonderboy could do somewhat good, you know? Guru got haters, B. He's a draw. It's very true, B. Guru, I've asked 400 questions here and you never answered one. Thank you, man. Well, good thing you wasted your time writing that paragraph because that's the one I read. Why not just keep saying it and eventually I'll get to it, dude? Sorry I didn't get it in the first place. Covington has a stupid personality. It's a fake one, though. He's putting it on for a gimmick. It's very obvious. His real personality is somewhat decent. Do you think Yan is in top 3 pure boxing ability in the UFC? Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, he's a master of boxing. A master of sport in boxing, so I mean, that's some of the best credentials you can get. I mean, Yan is definitely up there now that he's champion. So, yeah, I'd say so. Fuck funny when Guru gets at them mad comments. Ha, you're the man, Guru. Thank you very much. You versus CM Punk. I mean, there'd be problems for CM Punk, you know. Any new picks for after? I don't want to get hit by CM Punk's legendary wheel kick of doom. So, got to watch out for it, you know. So what you're doing now is unique. Luke got these live streams too, and Joe had a fight companion before you, only a real studio and guests. Yeah, but I watch the fights on my fight companion. That takes way more effort. Joe just sticks on live and talks to his friends for 3 hours, regardless of what people actually are there to watch. So yes, I do actually do something unique. I do fight companions where I watch the fights. And Luke Thomas... Luke Thomas. Guru is build like Askren. That's actually not far off, to be fair. Not bad. Not bad. All fight CM Punk. Nate Diaz versus Kamaru is the greatest matchup of all time. Nate Diaz versus Kamaru is the greatest matchup of all time. I'm not built like Askren. I'm a bit bigger than Askren. But, I mean, Nate Diaz Kamaru is not a good matchup. Nate Diaz will get smashed, but... yeah, Nate Diaz, not that good. But if Nate Diaz beats a guy like Lawler or beats a guy like RDA, I don't know why they'd make that again, but they could. We'll see what happens. I just think that Nate needs one win before he's anywhere near calling out Masvidal stage or calling out title shots or anything like that. Nate's just too low ranked. Unless one of these bigger names loses again, you know? So maybe if Masvidal loses to Leon Edwards or something like that happens, maybe then do him versus Nate Diaz, you know, as a bounce back. But Nate Diaz is just going to be there for the rest of these guys to look really good against and get them back in the mix, you know. 8K? Yeah, I know. Guru has a Gastelum body. That's not true. Leon deserved the title shot. No, Leon doesn't deserve a title shot. He fought Gunnar Nelson, went to a split decision. Yes, he beat Vicente Luque, which is now looking pretty good, but it didn't look good at the time. Luque was a bit meh when he first joined the UFC, but recently he's put together a bit of a streak. Well, over his past few fights, he's had a decent win-loss ratio. But I just don't think that Leon Edwards is undeniable. I mean, we weren't giving Ferguson a title shot. Can we calm down with this deserves a title shot talk? Leon Edwards, like, he beat RDA. That was his only ranked win at the time of fighting them. That was RDA after he lost to Colby and Usman. Like... I don't know. Makes no fucking sense. Who do you think RDA will debut against at 155? I would assume that RDA will be looking for a Paul Felder or Ally Quinta fight. I think those are both very viable matchups, and I think that Ally Quinta and Paul Felder would welcome them because they know it would be a main event of a fight. No, I don't think it would be a main event of a fight night, but these fight nights, you never know. So I think it'd be a decent addition to a main card of a pay-per-view. RDA versus Felder, RDA versus Ally Quinta. One of those two matchups makes sense to me. Gilbert Burns has the cherries to take Colby on short notice. He does. Gilbert Burns is the only one willing to do it. But that just shows you who the real monsters of that division. Colby, Burns, and Usman, in my opinion. Always has been. Edwards versus Masvidal. Nice. That's a good matchup. It's a decent matchup. There's storyline there. I could see him selling that. And also, if Leon Edwards does win, even if he loses, he becomes a big name. But if he does win, it's a very good look for him because at least use it to build a new star in Leon Edwards because he ain't getting no love at all. Like, he just doesn't get the hype behind him. He doesn't get, even though it's not the UFC's choice, he just hasn't had that big fight that the RDA one was kind of like everyone kind of knew that was going to happen. I predicted that to happen. Like, I think a lot of people predicted Leon Edwards to beat RDA. I think if he pulls off a win against Masvidal as an underdog, I think it'd be a good sign for him. Guru, the chat wants a shirtless stream. That's not going to happen. I like my monetization rights. Guru, parlay the Spartan Lazaz Murphy Ramos to not go the distance and Qatar. No. RDA beat Kevin Lee before Leon beat him. Yeah, I know. I didn't say he didn't. Just saying, it was after he lost to Usman and Burns. His win against Kevin Lee was outside of the 170-pound division because Kevin Lee was moving up from 55. It held no weight there, so his ranking didn't change much whatsoever. So it was still the same RDA at welterweight who lost to Usman and Colby. Masvidal versus Edwards would be a sick fight. It'd be a decent fight. It'd be a good build-up. It'd be somewhat hard to understand the trash talking because Leon Edwards is hard to understand in general, but I understand him, but I imagine Americans would have some kind of problem understanding Leon Edwards. You know, it's just a bit. He needs one more, whether it be Wonderboy, whether it be Gilbert Burns, whether it be Masvidal, Colby. He just needs one more, and he'll be fine. But it's just there's no undeniable shit. I don't know what he's talking about. Would be interesting in the clinch. It would be quite interesting in the clinch. You're correct. Birmingham, where my boys in the chat. They're all there. Only four remain to beat Usman, Jeff Neal, Wonderboy, Burns, and Chiesa. Not Colby. Even in a rematch, you'd pick Chiesa. I mean, Chiesa's got a decent chance, as funny as it sounds, but it's just... I think Jeff Neal would just get taken down, no? I mean, you guys remember... I don't know, man. Jeff Neal is just... doesn't have an iron chin. You know, he's been wobbled a couple times every fight, but... it's okay. I like Jeff Neal, but it's just... it's interesting. He's good. He's good. He's good. But it's just... there's some holes that I don't know if we've... I don't know, man. I just think Jeff Neal's got some things to prove. You know, he's number 10. Hasn't beat a single ranked opponent. That's okay, though. That's fine. All good. Edwards would eat another 3-piece and a soda. 3-piece and a soda. Is Jeff Neal a bitch or a pussy? I mean, that's kind of a loaded question. I'm going to go with a bitch. It seems a bit more of a jokey insult than the word pussy. You know, pussy seems to have some aggression behind it. Because it has the p rather than b. Bur's a bit more of a softer sound, you know? MMA Guru needs to expand out. MMA, UFC is corrupt. No, UFC is the best company, but it's not corrupt, though. It's not corrupt. And I understand that people are angry about some of the decisions over the weekend. And first of all, if you think Holloway beat Volkanovski, I don't know what to say. If you think it was a robbery that Holloway should have beat Volkanovski, I also don't know what to say there either, but you're kind of dumb. But that's okay. You can think Holloway won. It was a close fight, I understand. But to say it was a robbery is bad. And to say it's corrupt, yeah, they're corrupt so that Volkanovski remains champion. That's some pretty bad corruption, if you ask me. The UFC is so corrupt. They let Volkanovski beat Holloway. If the UFC was corrupt, wouldn't Holloway clearly win, even if it was close? So they could get him back as champion? If the UFC was corrupt, wouldn't Ngannou beaten Stipe? I mean, like, there's a lot of moments that could have gone the other way that would have been much better for the UFC. If the UFC is so corrupt, then how comes Nate Diaz beat McGregor? I mean, it's just... I don't know, people decide when things are corrupt, and it seems to be the most retarded situations that make no sense. Max won the second fight. Well, he could have lost. Arguably could have gone either way. Round 3 was close in terms of big shots, but Volkanovski outlanded him by 10, 25-15. So it's like, round goes either way. He outlanded him by 10 in a kickboxing round. What's the fucking issue here? I don't understand. I don't understand this whole Max got robbed thing, man. I really don't. It's honestly a mass delusion of the crowd right now, man. I think it's like the overall climate of the world right now is just everyone's mass delusional right now in the world. So it might just be like an osmosis thing where it's just passing along subconsciously through the air to everyone. Maybe that's what the virus is. It's just retardation. Maybe it's just retardation. That would explain so much. Video today, I've already posted it. Cody Stamann versus Jimmy Rivera prediction came out earlier today. I posted it at unpeak times at like 6:30 p.m. for me. So, you know, probably didn't get as a bigger boom as I would have hoped, but that's okay. Guru, not everybody is a guru like you. I mean, it's true. Congrats on 8K, by the way, Guru. Thanks very much, dude. Who should Charles Oliveira fight next? Charles Oliveira should fight Diego Ferreira, of course. Guru, how did you catch autism? I didn't catch it, dude. I caught that shit in the womb then, I guess. I came out with that shit, you know. I understand what's happening in the world and it's terrifying. Yeah, it's pretty worrying. But that's okay, dude. Let's just, you know, give it 10 years and then we'll revolt against everyone. And then the people will stand up and shoot all the drones down. Zabit can go 10 rounds. He sees all on his chat. I do. Who should Anthony Pettis and spammers really ruin this chance it? Yeah, and I'm just going to put you in timeout because you're ruining the chat. Thank you very much, Adrian Benevidez. Out you go. Who could Anthony Pettis beat? Anthony Pettis could beat some decent guys. I reckon he could have a somewhat decent chance against Kevin Lee. I'm not even joking. And I think that actually might be the fight that they make at the end of the year. If they're not going to do Kevin Lee versus Dan, they're going to do Anthony Pettis versus Dan Hardy. They're going to do that. If they don't, Anthony Pettis, Kevin Lee is a decent one guy leaves, one guy stays kind of fight, in my opinion. But that's okay. Moving on. Who just donated to me? $2 from Cameron Williamson. Any new picks after the weigh-ins? No, I'm standing by all of my predictions. I'm not a pussy, but I am going to be standing by all of my predictions. I think they're correct. Zabit cannot be a weight bully, except Ricardo Ramos was a little bit smaller than I expected. I thought he was going to be a lot taller than Lerone Murphy, but I still think he wins. Guru, stop smoking. I don't. You think O'Malley is ready for the top 10? Well, there's levels to the top 10, you know? There's a wide range. Rob Font is often sometimes top 10, depending on where the rankings are at the time. I reckon he'd stand a decent chance against Rob Font. But, you know, close fights. Close fights. Value on Murphy. Yeah, we'll see. I'm betting Vera. Interesting. Qatar is way bigger than Ige. Well, not really. He's just... Qatar's got like a lean body. Like he's weirdly thin, you know? Whereas Ige is a bit more... Ige was born to be fat, kind of, but he just isn't. So he fought against it. So credit to him for fighting against it, but they're just different body types. Ige is definitely smaller, but Qatar, in terms of weight, is not going to be that ridiculously much bigger than Dan Ige. I reckon they're about 5 pounds apart, honestly. A maximum. If Vulcan won, Findo bookie gave my money back on Max. No idea what that is. Zabit can't go 5 rounds. Jeff Neal hasn't beat a single ranked opponent. UFC hasn't updated their schedule because they're $1 billion company, Guru. Thank you very much. Seth Pino for the $2. Thank you very much. I can't bet online in my state. Any sites you know? Look up betting sites on YouTube. Bet DSI. Go on Michael Bisping's podcast. Okay? Get the code and then go to Bet DSI because it's just look for a code first, then go to the betting website. Don't go betting website first. Look for codes, then go to betting websites because there's always going to be one with some kind of discount or bonus when you join. You know, they're all the same anyway. Moving on. $2 from Patrick Shaughnessy. $2 just because we all love the content. Thank you very much, dude. I appreciate that. Guru, did you hear about betting site FanDuel refunding all Holloway bets? Where were they during the Zaleski-Salikov fight long? They're refunding all Holloway bets. It's actually a crazy world right now, man. People are genuinely fucking retarded right now, man. It's actually so deep for Volkanovski. He could have clearly won that fight, man. People are delusional. People are delusional. They're ignoring reality. That's genuinely it. People are arguing. I've seen top comments on ESPN MMA talking about 10-8 rounds for Holloway in the first 2. I've seen those comments with like the most likes. I mean, you're the only one who said it wasn't a robbery. I'm also the only one in the MMA media and MMA expert circle that isn't direct friends with Max Holloway. Come at me. He didn't win that fight. He could have done, but he didn't directly win it, and it's a robbery otherwise. Look at the fucking stats. Holloway outstruck him in no rounds. In no rounds. In no rounds. They were 10-8 rounds, though. I can't do this anymore, guys. Romero versus Hall, early prediction. I'm going to go with Yoel Romero. Guru is independent. Xavier Lamau, come on, lad. I mean, it's a little bit crazy, man. Volkanovski could have won that fight. Look at the fucking strikes, man. You think Volkanovski won, lol? Yeah. Am I going crazy? Am I going crazy? I hope I'm not going. I hope there's a vast majority that are biting their tongue over this. Like, It's crazy how people are saying that Volkanovski got raw, and it's not 100% foolproof, man. Foolproof, sorry. It's not like a guaranteed Holloway won. You're crazy, guys. You're corrupted. Oh, yeah, I'm corrupted. But those guys at ESPN MMA, yeah, they're not corrupted. DC, Holloway's best friend, who commentates the sport and also gives his opinion as an expert. He's not corrupted by Holloway whatsoever. No, I am. Yeah, I am. As you can tell by this mansion behind me. They've paid me off. Aldo is what, at 170 next? Aldo's not going to be at 170 next. I think he'll stay at 135. Honestly, I think he'll whoop someone and then just be right back in the mix for a title elimination bout. He's that kind of name. So, and he's still number 6, even though he shouldn't be, because he's lost both of his fights now. Even that, the Aldo rub, the sport is going down a shitter, honestly. It really is. Aldo should go to 155. Guru Fella, Volkanovski 1345. It's a joke, dude. The human race deserves slaughtering. So dumb. There might be no other option than a little bit of slaughtering. Honestly, Ike got a punchable face. I mean, he kind of does. But at the same time, he's a nice guy. He seems to be quite nice, you know. One thing I don't like about Dan Ige is I was like, you know what I did yesterday, guys? I thought, you know what? I've never actually heard a Dan Ige interview. Let me listen to a Dan Ige interview. They just posted one. I'll listen to it. I put my fucking earphones in at work. I was listening to a Dan Ige interview. My first impression of Dan Ige here. He was chewing gum throughout the entire thing, right into the microphone. There's one time not to chew gum. Surely it's then. I don't understand. It's crazy. Garbrandt versus Moraes announced. Wow. Is it actually announced? I don't think it's announced. You lied to me. I actually don't believe it's true. I don't believe it's true whatsoever, but it might be. No, it's not true. It hasn't been announced. It might have been, though. What a bitch. Ige's wife is jacked. Yeah, to be honest, never heard 1-2. I seen him on the Anatomy of a Fighter and at AKA here and there. Yeah, I've seen him at AKA here and there as well. Luke, best MMA on that I Am the Bay channel. I've seen him on that one a few times. Luke, best MMA YouTuber, and the Weasel said Alex won. I mean, it genuinely could have gone to Alex, and it's crazy that people don't see that. It really is. Does Reyes win the rematch against Jones? I think it should have went to Alex. I'm not even sitting here being like it could have gone this way or that way, and it wasn't a robbery. I think it should have gone to Alex. I've watched that round again. It's round 3. It is round 3. That's the only question. Alex outlanded him by 10 in that round. He won. What are you talking about? It's actually crazy. He has that lonely, no friends, virgin type look to him. That's unfortunate uses of words. Leave Dan Ige alone, you fucking bully. Alex 100% won 3, 4, and 5. I mean, he kind of did. He kind of did, though. He did. He won rounds 3, 4, and 5. It's crazy that there's actually a conspiracy about this. And what's crazier is they did the same thing after the first fight, and that was clearer. Remember? When the first fight happened between Volkanovski and Holloway, they wanted to order a change to the judging of MMA after that fight happened. It was almost, in my opinion, 4-1 live to Volkanovski. It was 3-2 definitely to Volkanovski in the first fight as well. And they erupted. Like, I understand that Holloway's a fan favorite and people like Max Holloway. But that's some fucking corrupt shit, man. Doesn't matter if you're and this is why fighters should not be commentators. They're friends. They're all friends with some fighters. They're enemies of others. They're going to be biased. It's fucking crazy to me. Where was this free winning? I don't know. I have no idea what you're talking about. Overeem said versus Sakai, September 5th. What the fuck? What the fuck, man? Overeem versus Sakai. Oh my god, this sport right now is actually making some big fucking retarded plays. Whatever. Joe Lopez the GOAT. What do you think about 2 judges giving the first? I mean, it's a good fight, but it's still. Let Overeem wait for the winner of Lewis Ivanov or Lewis Olenek. Or wait for the winner of Verdum versus Gustafsson. Surely, if Gustafsson beats Verdum, Gustafsson versus Overeem would be an incredible fight to make. What the fuck are they doing? Makes no sense. Marab just promoted to top 15. Guru, who should he fight next? Raoni Barcelos, however you pronounce it. That's a good fight for him. My Volkanovski Holloway breakdown numbers pre-fight, 90, post-fight robbery, 255. Ha, cheers, fake controversy. Yeah. Do UFC commentator. I have no idea what that means. What do you think about two judges giving the first round to Usman? I actually haven't rewatched that first round, but I did think that Masvidal won it just because the takedown that Usman got wasn't really damaging whatsoever. And I did give it to Masvidal because he landed a lot, even though it was quick. When you really look at even though it was within 5 seconds, I think within 5 seconds of the first round, or within a 5-second period at some point in the first minute of the first round, Masvidal landed an inside leg kick, body kick, inside leg kick, body kick, left hand, like all within a 5-second period. Like he did win that first round in my opinion, but I don't know. I haven't rewatched it yet, so I can't really give an accurate breakdown of it. But I did think that he won it. That's one good thing about Onima. One MMA scoring the overall fight instead of by round. No, that's not how it should work at all. You should score it by rounds, like they do in boxing, like they do in combat sports, like they do in kickboxing. You know, score it by round. They're rounds. You know, Gary, your teeth are whiter than Aljamain Sterling. Albanian Sterling. Interesting. I don't know what that means, but I'll take it. It is what it was. I'm getting a salty boy tattoo as we speak. Nice. £2 from ND209. Thank you very much. Great. Wenaldo went full. Thiawan will he do well at bantamweight? Thanks for the £2. They need to ditch boxing scoring, dude. No, they don't. It's not boxing scoring. It's just a scoring system. I understand it was used in boxing, but it's not specific to boxing. It's just a point scoring system, 10-9 or 10-8. It's pretty simple. You know, it's pretty simple. Notice you got many of your picks on the UFC 251 correct. Hoping the Wednesday picks are correct also. Thank you for noticing when I did well. It is a boxing system. I understand that. But it's not like specific to how many hooks they land. It's just a counting system, you know? It's crazy that people are up in arms about this. They want to change the whole way we judge fights because Holloway lost. I just watched a round 3 Volk Max fight, and that basically even. Nothing happened for the first 3 minutes 30, and then Volk took over the last minute 30. Watch it over and over again. It's very clear. I mean, it is very clear Volkanovski won that round, but whatever. Me English, me you friend. Thank you very much for the English. J/Vinegar Stroke. I'll always remember his original name. Australian free buckaroonies. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Missed a donation. No, I didn't. I got it. Thank you very much. You're a reliable source for bets, my friend. Thank you very much. I do want to discuss this again, though. Someone just said, I didn't miss a donation. Shut the fuck up. I read it. I've heard a lot of people using forward pressure as an argument for Max. I've noticed that they seem to be bringing it up in the middle of the fight more and more often. And they seem to be attributing... Here's what they seem to be doing in fights recently. Whoever's moving forward, they seem to be complimenting that they're moving forward. I don't understand that. I really don't want to I don't understand that at all. Why are they giving points to pressure? And they're calling it pressure, by the way. It's not pressure. It's one guy moving forwards and the other guy moving backwards because he feels like he's doing better counter-striking. Unless it's him hunting someone down and them running away from him and him ripping them every time he gets them trapped against a cage. That's the only time I'm going to even call it pressure. But just someone moving forward and someone moving backwards, guess what? If one guy wasn't moving forward and the other one wasn't moving backwards, they'd stand still in the center of the cage next to each other. What are we talking about here? It's actually craziness. The MMA community's gone crazy. I feel like the whole world has, but it's been traveled to MMA. And it's tough. Nate Diaz pressure means nothing. But it shouldn't be counted as a score unless the strikes are dead even, in my opinion. So ditch the 10-9 system. Yeah. But even with any system, surely Volkanovski would beat Holloway. I don't understand. The sport I loved is actually crumbling. Every day, it crumbles a little bit more, I feel. It's unfortunate, but whatever. Can Holloway become champ again? Yeah. Max won, bro, but to dethrone the champ, you need a clear win. No, you don't. No, you don't need a clear win. You don't need a clear win to dethrone the champ. How about you do this? To dethrone a champ in a stand-up match, outstrike him. How about that? How about we do that? How about that's the rule? If there's no takedowns in a stand-up match between someone and the champ, regardless if one has the belt or the other one has the belt, if you're going to have a stand-up match with someone, at least outstrike them if you want to win. He didn't outstrike Volkanovski. 25-15 round 3. It is crazy. It's fucking crazy. Do you actually make picks and predictions, or you just be chatting, don't got time for this chatty patty BS? Sorry, Mr. Busy Guy. On his way somewhere, is he? Fuck off, you stupid cunt. I do make predictions, but we ain't talking about that now. We're 50 minutes in, you dumb fuck. Did you hear Bisping shout baby boy when Volkan got sozzled? I didn't hear that, but I wish I did. I don't like Bisping's commentary, but at the same time, he makes it funny now and again. You know, he's a bit of comic relief. I feel like they should switch to Bisping as like a how they switched to Trevor Whitman, you know? So they'll be breaking it down with DC and Paul Felder and Dominic Cruz, and they'll be like, and now over to Bisping. Wow! And then back to them as well afterwards, you know? Guru, you're such an idiot. I'm not, though. I'm really not, man. I've watched the fight so many times. It's crazy to me that people are this delusional. Edwards versus Jorge. It's a good fight. I think Jorge beats him, though. I like Edwards. I saw some things in the RDA fight where RDA was able to land a certain amount of I mean, Edwards is good. His defense against strikes is not that good. His range control is good, but once he gets swinging, and once people start swinging at him and get into the range, a little bit of a problem, you know. Is Reyes-Jones excuses again? It's the Reyes-Jones excuses again. It's not the Reyes-Jones excuses, but it kind of is. But it's just opposite for them now. You know? Like, it's just crazy to me. Jorge beats Edwards. I'd say so. Edwards is good, but like his takedowns aren't that good. Jorge doesn't really cut open too easily unless you headbutt him. I think Jorge would stand a real good chance against Edwards, honestly. But at the same time, I don't know what version of Jorge we're going to start seeing in the future, so who knows. But Leon Edwards is good. He's been out for a while. A very, very long time. I think Jorge could get him. Reyes was robbed. Max wasn't. Reyes was clearly robbed. Zaleski dos Santos wasn't even robbed. That was just a bad decision. But it kind of was a robbery. It was a half robbery. They just took the TV. You know, they left the tables and the cutlery and the jewelry and stuff, but they took the TV for sure in the Zaleski versus Salikov fight. Both Masvidal's cuts come from headbutts, didn't they? Yeah, they did. Why do you love MMA? I just love the sport, but I hate what it's becoming recently. Swear to fucking God, if you say if Sakai versus Overeem is a main event, I'm done with living. I mean, it's gonna be a main event. Sugar Show versus Chito Vera. Who you got? I got Sugar Sean O'Malley by first round TKO, even though Marlon Vera is one of my favorite fighters in the UFC. I think O'Malley catches him. I just don't like the matchup for him. More boring champion, Volkanovski or Usman? Usman. I mean, at least Volkanovski like throws some bombs and stuff, and I mean, Volkanovski's in. People forget that Volkanovski, before getting the belt, or before his Holloway fights, and the Aldo one, I guess, as well, Volkanovski was very entertaining to watch. Like, you give him a certain style matchup, Volkanovski's going to have a fucking banger of a fight, but you give him Holloway, which is a tough matchup for him, but, like, he gets it done. He's got the style to do it, but it's just, you know, obviously he's not going to look like a fucking monster, because if you went out there swinging blow for blow with Holloway, he'd lose. Volk is a real champ. He's good, man. He's a good champ. Holloway versus top 5 featherweights. I think he beat Zabit. I think he'd beat the Korean Zombie. I don't know. He'd beat a lot of them. I don't know. I don't want to say all of it yet. I hate that people ask me them kind of questions where I've got to just fucking give my dead answer for everything and then I can't stray off the path later on. I'll think about them. Talk weigh-ins. I've talked about them. Good weigh-ins. Weird weigh-ins. Molly McCann did some weird shit. Thought that was a little bit strange. A little bit strange to Molly McCann. They faced away from each other and then she went back over there like what are you doing? You know, like that's some weird delirious stuff. Like she didn't know where she was and was just, I don't know, it was a weird altercation, but you know, she was trying to look cool. She kind of did look cool because I'm talking about her right now, but still. Qatar is going to beat Ige. I don't see Ige beating Qatar. Where can I see weigh-ins? Type in UFC weigh-ins on YouTube. and then you're done. Belvita is so damn hot, yeah. And a breakfast bar as well, I'm pretty sure. No, it's Belvita, sorry. But yeah, she is. Belvita's pretty damn hot, dude. Qatar versus Holloway. Yeah. Aldo versus Sandhagen. I don't know who wins that one. I haven't thought about it at all. Honestly, I really haven't. Aldo versus Sandhagen. I think that Sandhagen would win in a 5-rounder. Aldo would win in a 3-rounder. It's pretty fair. Qatar looks huge. He's a big boy for the division, man. Big boy. He's got a small head compared to some of the heads that are in that division. Like there's big heads in MMA. He's got a reasonably small head. He's just small in like he's small. I don't know what's wrong with Qatar. He's just small in weird areas. The other guys aren't. Like bone-wise, he's quite small. But he's just big dimensions. He's weird. Qatar's a weird build. Chrissy J in your whole internet life? I have no idea what that means. Do you see the video animation about Max and Volk? No, I haven't seen it yet. Oh, no, I saw Max got robbed. But, you know, he's just pandering to the majority. So, the majority are retarded, though. Especially when the majority are people that haven't been tuning in recently and have only just bought the 251 card. Have you noticed that? All of these super cards seem to have some crazy controversy that wasn't there before. I guarantee you, if it was just Holloway Volkanovski with Jan versus Aldo as a co-main event, no one would be talking about the bad decision. Guarantee you, because there'd be no casuals watching. No one would be talking bad about it. It's crazy, though. Did you see the video animation I did? €2.30 from Monster X. Thank you very much. You've been around for a while. Early thoughts on Jacasey versus Fiziev, Guru. Thanks. I like Fiziev. I really, really like Fiziev. People forget what a monster Fiziev was before he lost to Magomed Ankalaev by a spinning back kick to the face. Well, spinning back kicks to the face can kind of happen. Ask Eddie Wineland how he feels about it against Hendon Barral, but spinning back fists to the face can happen. Magomed Ankalaev did a real... Not Ankalaev. Magomed Mustafayev did a real good job against Fiziev in that way. But Fiziev is a good fighter. I just think the calf kicks of Jacasey, once you have the ability to throw calf kicks, and you have those built-in calves that are conditioned enough to pull them off constantly one after another in a fight, like he did against Lando Venata, like he was doing against Dan Hooker in certain moments, like he's been doing more and more recently. I think that Jacasey is going to get the job done. Not to mention that Fiziev has not had a fight signed since this one. Jacasey was supposed to be fighting someone at UFC London. I believe it was... I don't know. But he was supposed to be fighting someone at UFC London. It might have been Stevie Ray. But he's been in camp. So I think Jacasey gets it done by chopping away the lead leg early and just the leg being too damaged for Fiziev to even be the better striker. Even though he could be the better striker, the calf kicks are just... It's tough, you know. Guru opinion on McGregor's new IG post of him sparring with Irish fighter Duncan McCocken. That's nice. Usman will most likely be out until the end of the year, so why make Burns and Edwards wait? Just let them fight each other. They've been going back and forth on Twitter. No, it makes no sense. You just hold everything up. And what happens if they fight and one of them gets injured? Now you're waiting even longer. What happens if they fight but they want to do it in October? Now you're waiting even longer. And you've already promised the winner of that fight a title shot, so what, you're going to make Usman wait 8 months? What if Usman doesn't want to wait 8 months? Here's what you do. You say, we're going to do Usman versus Burns. We're doing it in December. You sort out everything else other than that. Just sort out everything else. And you know what? Who knows? Maybe one of them falls out of that title fight and someone else fills in. You know what I've noticed? Champions rarely pull out of fights. Very rarely. I mean, it definitely has happened, but I don't seem to notice it as much. I feel like contenders slip out a bit more often. So Jack Shaw is the GOAT. No, he's not the GOAT. He's not the GOAT whatsoever, but he's a good fighter. I feel like he's going to beat the person he's fighting. The Sexy Mexi, whatever his name is. I think his name is the Sexy Mexi. He's a weird guy, but he's decent. Aaron something, I think his name is. But he's a good fighter. 17-4, I believe. Decent. Lost his last 2 out of 3 fights. It's tough to get behind him against a guy like Jack Shaw. I think Jack Shaw takes him down and rear naked chokes him in the first round. Weetabix or shredded wheat? What's shredded wheat again? Let me check. Donald Trump is our president, whether you like it or not. Keep that energy you had with Barack. You know the Trump train don't stop. No, don't take away my Glock. You want to impeach him? I guess that's what you do when you can beat him. Yeah. I don't really like either one of them. I like the shredded wheat that's not these ones. I like the thin ones, like the frosted shreddies. I think they're called shreddies. The thin ones with the holes in them. They're the best ones, in my opinion. But neither's good. People who say that Weetabix is good, listen. Someone made a joke about this in the UK. You've got yourself a cereal where you add everything better than the cereal. That just shows you how bad the cereal itself is. Why not just get something that already has everything else mixed in? You literally make Weetabix so you can add fruit that tastes better than Weetabix onto that Weetabix. Like, it doesn't make any sense. This song's going to get you demonetized? What fucking song? Am I playing a song in the background? Oh, I was playing the weigh-ins. I didn't know they had any fucking background music or anything. My bad. I had it muted. What the fuck are you talking about? How are you hearing that shit? Unless I've got... Oh, I thought I had porn open for a second. That ain't happening. Strawberry frosted shredded mini wheats. Yeah. Trump boy is a passive female deep down. I don't understand what's going on. Strawberry frosted. Fight companion. Strawberry. The rap dickhead. Oh, Trump thing. I was just singing a song, guys. Jesus Christ. Calm down. It was just a song. I was watching... I've seen what happened to the Hodge twins recently. I saw they had a new channel called Conservative Twins. And they had that song at the end, and it's just been stuck in my head. I don't know. I just saw one of their videos. Are you looking forward to seeing Lerone Murphy on a full camp? Because it's in the Tukagov fight, he took it on short notice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it. Apparently, Tukagov had staph infection there, but, you know, Dagestanis tend to have staph infection when they look normal. I mean, it's tough. It's tough. I don't think that he beats Ricardo Ramos, though. He got badly kind of fucked up in that first. I didn't think that he lost. I didn't think that Zubaira lost to him. I mean, I didn't think that Zubaira drew against him. I thought Zubaira won pretty clearly. But that was a bad decision. But at the same time, I mean, Lerone Murphy had some good moments. I just think there's differences in what some people do. I think Ramos is just going to get a hold of him and go for a rear naked straight away. Okay, I don't think he's going to even mess around with the striking too much in that first round. I think he's just going to look to take the back straight away. And I think he gets it. Kind of like Orange Stardog. I don't know what that means. What do you think? Probably a weed strain or something. I know what Stardog is. What do you think about Roman Dolidze? He's decent. He's had 2 losses recently. Didn't he lose to Ed Herman in his last fight? I believe so. Let me check. Roman Dolidze. They've been pulled off the card. Roman Dolidze is no longer on the card, unless he's on this card. No, he's not there either. I don't even know. Oh, no, here he is, the undefeated guy. Kadis Ibragimov is the guy I was thinking about. Roman Dolidze is the undefeated guy. I actually don't mind this guy. He's somewhat decent. A little bit of a savage. I like him. But he's a big guy and he's already 31, so I don't really like that too much. But he's beaten some decent guys. Ida D'Souza, 15-4. Mikhail Pasternak, 13-3. Before that, he was fighting some bums, but never mind. He's had some good fights. Pretty good fights. I like him. I just don't... No, Ibragimov's not that good. I'll go with the guy there, Dolidze. Ibragimov is not that good. Losing to Ed Herman as a young up-and-comer. I get maybe losing to Daton Young. Daton Young is a pretty good fighter. Honestly, a pretty good fighter. The young guy coming up, 26 years of age. Just KO'd Mike Rodriguez in the first round as well, so he's pretty much a savage. But losing to Ed Herman sucks, so I will be going with Roman Dolidze there against Kadis Ibragimov, most likely. Does Molly get a finish? No, she gets a decision. England fighters are weak. That's how we ran the world. Before the nuke was invented, we ran the world. But our fighters are weak, dude. Yeah, we're so weak, man. We're so weak that before the nuke, we ran shit. That's crazy. We're so weak. Imagine the yuppie that put like a $200,000 straight bet on Holloway or whatever on FanDuel. I have no idea what that means. But yeah, yuppie. Does Joe Rogan have a fetish for black men with muscles? You know this. You ask this every single stream. You know the answer. Does Gastelum win? No! Gastelum's big old head is going to get dragged into an arming guillotine and choked out in the first round. My opinion. Lol. Can Colby out-wrestle Usman? No. No, he cannot. And you say England can't fight. Top 2 heavyweights in boxing? Oh, they're both English. Oh, no. All from one island. Ugh, that's crazy. What about number 4? Oh, Dillian White, also from England. That's crazy. What would make you more happy, Jones out cold or Marty KO'd in public? You didn't describe how Jones would be out cold. So I don't know. Maybe Jones could just be out cold from sleeping. But Usman getting KO'd in public, that is difficult to pass up. Really, it really is. Guru, what kind of way do you smoke? Gorilla Blue or OG Kush? Neither one. It's all the same, dude. I hate that. I really do hate that. But I like you, Jake Ramirez. But I just hate that, you know. What strain is it, dude? It's fucking laced with MD. No one knows. Like, it's not legal. What do you think it is? Oh, yeah, this that gorilla cookies, man. Come try some of this. Yeah, this that Girl Scout. Yeah, no, it's not. It's all the same. What's it mixed with? Sand? Eh? What you put in there? Glass? It's all the same, man. People act like there's a difference between Ami and shit in the UK. Yeah, whatever. We're not even going to get into it, but it's just people act too much like it's all the same over here, man. Maybe not in your guys' country, but Jesus, it doesn't really matter. Nice. What MMA weight class would Jesus be in, and what would his style be? I mean, he'd be a master of the crucifix. You've got to be honest. He would be a master of. I mean, DC Ozdemir, nothing. Yan versus Aldo, the master of the crucifix would be Jesus, and he would fight probably in the flyweight division because everyone was like 4'2" back then. Welterweight karate. Hello, Guru. I am here. You're Louis Guzman's son, and the comparison is uncanny. Okay, which Louis Guzman? Odds on him being fat and bearded. He's black. Okay. Okay, then. Very cool. Guru the Trooper. Or Guru Stoner. I'm not Stoner at all. At all. $5. Chris Jackson. I expected Jorge. Thank you for the $5, though, Chris Jackson. Really appreciate that. I expected Jorge to beat Usman. I thought he would outsmart him like he did Askren. Super disappointed. I mean, he didn't really outsmart Askren. He just ran him through a flying knee. It's not like he was making on-the-spot changes in the middle of the fight to completely shut down Askren's game. He kind of just ran and kneed him in the face. I mean, it was very good and it paid off. Like, there was a probability it would happen. It was a low probability, but he went for it anyway. And it went and it happened well. But I don't think he outsmarted Askren. Masvidal was good, man. But go back and watch that Diaz fight. It's different, man. I'm actually not the guy that switched on Masvidal after the Usman loss. I've been saying this about you can go back a year. You can actually go back a year on my channel. Is Jorge Masvidal overrated? There it is. Is Jorge Masvidal overrated? January 7th, 2020. I made a video called Is Jorge Masvidal Overrated? And the answer was yes in that video. I don't know, man. I've kind of been saying this for a long time, but I'm still a decent fan. He's exciting to watch. I'll always watch Masvidal's fights. I mean, I'll always watch every single fight the UFC puts on, regardless of how bad it is. But I'll always watch Masvidal for sure. I'll be excited for Masvidal. Guru is a casual. He started watching MMA at 189. I did not watch MMA at 189. That's not true whatsoever. Calm down. What do you think about Schaub spreading Rona? Don't really know. They're kind of retarded over there, man. There's a mass retardation. I think a community's chromosome count can be determined by those who they let represent them. You know? Kind of like that. Like, the celebrities of a community and the people who are looked up to kind of represent how dumb and stupid the people below them must be. But then again, I understand that not everyone from LA is a fan of Brendan Schaub, but it's just he's either the biggest genius in the world. I don't know how he's successful, but he seems like how do I compliment him? Brendan Schaub, good things. He didn't get KO'd against Arlovsky. He didn't get KO'd then. Yeah, Brendan's a great guy. All your legendary boxers are Africans, and Tyson Fury is a traveler whose English British people hate for obvious reasons. What do you mean for obvious reasons? He's not a traveler. He's a traveler, but he travels around England. Okay, I don't know what that was. Dude, he's not English. He's a traveler. Okay, he's a traveler that travels around England. We can still count him as English, in my opinion. You know, he KO'd Crocop. Guru is a Nate Diaz fan because he's 209 member now. What's up? Gypsy King. I'm trying to say he's not English. How dare you? I'll give you AJ. That doesn't make any sense. But Tyson Fury, we got that shit down. What about Billy Joe Saunders? Might be the best chance of beating Canelo. Did Mexico count Canelo as theirs? It's worrying. Gypsy Traveler. Gypsy. I know. Well, you mainly say Traveler, but people say Gypsy. There's nothing wrong with the word Gypsy. Pikey, there's something wrong with. People don't like being called that over here. Pikey's not a good one. But then again, Pikey's used not for them, but just for chavs, kind of. You know, he's from Manchester. Yeah, he's a dosser. He's a dosser! Deontay! Dosser! Come on! Which fight is he on? I have no idea what you're talking about. You wouldn't watch Esparza Waterson 2. I mean, you've got a valid point. I would, though. I would. I'd pay attention once every minute, you know. Billy Joe ducked Canelo. He didn't know. He got cancelled and couldn't fight Canelo because he made a video joking about punching his wife in the face. I mean, it's just the world that we live in, you know. Seth, you know, London, don't know what that is. You wouldn't watch Esparza Waterson 2. I wouldn't. You're right. I would, though. I definitely would. Usman literally couldn't stand in front of Jorge. Yep. I mean, he's Usman. He's not going to sit there and box with Masvidal, is he? But, you know, at the same time, it wasn't the best performance in the world, but that's okay. D-Boy placed £10 because it's risky. I think that Darren wins, man. I don't know why people are counting him out in this fight, but I think that he does win. Usman literally couldn't stand in front of Holloway. Can Jiri Prochaska be champ? Nah, but I reckon he can beat some good guys. I'll have to be proven. I'm not willing to say that after a win against Ozdemir, especially after losing the way you did in the first round. I'm not willing to say immediately after that he's then going to go on and destroy everyone. But he's got a good chance at doing it. With fighters like him, I'm waiting for the inevitable double leg that changes everything. You know? I like Jiri Prochaska. I really like him. I like those striking guys that move around so much with their crazy footwork and their crazy angles. And then there's the reality of a double leg. Being hit on them deep. And them hitting a canvas with a guy on top of him that knows what they're doing. Like, there's just... I feel like there's always that waiting for certain guys. But we'll see what happens, man. I don't think there's many great wrestlers in the light heavyweight division anyway. Realistically. I mean, Glover Teixeira... I mean, listen, Jiri's got a good chance at just swamping the fucking division. Not swamping. Just swarming the division and destroying them all. But, you know, it'd be strange. Which fighter is the weirdest without their beard? Darren Stewart has no chin under his beard, but it looks like he has a chin with his beard. He literally doesn't have a chin. But it looks like he does with a beard. But also, Curtis Blades looks really weird as well. Maybe his good ground game too. Maybe. But maybe not. And maybe that's why he strikes so well and doesn't want to go to the ground. You know, that would be a decent sign that maybe your ground game is not quite as good as your striking. But, you know, I'm yet to be proven that he becomes champ. But he's definitely going to destroy a lot of guys in that division. Listen, if Anthony Smith beats Alexander Rakic somehow, which I don't think happens, I think Rakic destroys him. But if Anthony... I just got a lot of money. But if Anthony Smith wins, Jiri destroys him. But $25! What would you rather have, a stock R32 or a Mugen stance Integra Type R? I don't know what either one of those are, so I'm going to search them individually. I'm not going to actually search them. Stock R32. I'll go with a stock R32. I like a stock on my weapons, you know. Little pack in it. Aim down sight. Move faster with your aim down sight. Maybe that's just Call of Duty logic, but I'm definitely going to go with a stock gun R32. I'll go with an R32. Thank you very much for the $25, though. Cooler unit. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. And $20 from Brendan Bushemin. Love you, Guru. Keep up the great work. What are your thoughts on Yair versus Zabit and Zombie versus T-City? I think the Korean Zombie beats Brian Ortega. I think Yair Rodriguez beats Zabit if it's a 5-rounder. If it's a 3-rounder, I could see Zabit beating Yair Rodriguez. I've decided on that. But yes, very good fights, the pair of them. And I think both of them need to be made now. No more waiting around for these absolute mongs. We need to make those fights now because it's going to be too late and Qatar's going to be waiting for a title shot. Like, it's going to be a bad situation if we don't get those fucking fights signed now. Because listen, Volkanovski, what's he going to do? Wait around for 8 months? Get the fight signed. I'm done with all this talking about Korean Zombie wanting to fight Volkanovski. Shut the fuck up and fight Brian Ortega. Same with Brian Ortega. Stop talking about anyone else. It's Ortega Zombie. Zabit versus Yair. Those are 2 main events of separate fight nights done. Amazing main events. I don't know why they can't come together on an agreement. It makes no sense. Callum Smith is a beast. He'll smoke Billy Joe. I mean, potentially. Callum Smith's pretty good. But Billy Joe's a savage. He's got great footwork, you know. Yes, fuck off, Adolf. How's that casual kid? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, just look at Piotian's Twitter. Look what he just sent to Cody a few minutes ago. Thank you so much for the money, by the way, guys. $25 from Cooler Unit and $20, 21 Canadian dollars from Brendan Bushemin. I do want to go to Piotian's Twitter, though, because his Twitter is he has an underrated shutdown of a person game, you know, because he just says the exact truth. Here we go. Congrats, Precious, says Henry Cejudo. Wait, this is not that recently, but congrats, Precious. But you absolutely suck. You'd be lucky to make it past 2 rounds of Triple C, you ugly potato. You had the opportunity to fight me, cringe, but you chose the easier option and ran away after. Now you are barking from the safe distance, clown. Come back and I will retire you again. He's good, man. Jan is good. Even if it's not him and it's him working with a translator to get the message across, he knows what he's like. He's not just some boring guy, which I like, because if someone didn't speak English, it's already a bad thing for us. But at least he's translating it. And he's being a savage in his own language, kind of. Hanging out with Uncle Uriah Faber. Where you at, Noach? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Hanging out with Uncle Uriah Faber. Where you at, Nochin? I mean, he left Team Alpha Male to... Oh, that's tough. Jan is too slow, and you are too dumb, Nochin. I like the whole Nochin thing. He's actually listened to the fans, you know. Good stuff. Good stuff, though. What's up? Oh, no, there's not more money. I just still clicked on the last one. What's up? That's pretty gay. Jan killed Faber as well. He kind of did go after Faber there as well, but still. I just find it funny how Cody was Team Alpha Male versus everyone, unless I get KO'd by Munoz, in which case it's definitely Team Alpha Male. Got to go, you know? What do you think of Al Hassan missing weight? He doesn't look in prime shape, but I still think that he beats Munir Lazez. But Munir Lazez is a dangerous opponent, so I'm not betting on... I think that Abdul's going to win. I'm not betting on him. There's no way. Jan would knock Garbrandt out cold in the first round. I believe so. Maybe not the first. Maybe I'd say the second or third. Jan just calculates in the first round. I don't think Jan's really ever going to get a first round KO. He might have already done so, but I don't see him doing it to anyone else, especially at the top level, you know? Check Ariel Hawani Twitter right now. I'm checking Ariel Hawani's Twitter right now. Here we go. We're just going through Twitter. Ariel Hawani Twitter. Spoke to Gamebred Fighter. Even if UFC offered Gamebred Fighter an opportunity to headline the biggest pay-per-view event in history against Conor McGregor, Masvidal says he'd turn it down for a rematch with Usman. Spoke to Gamebred Fighter earlier today. We talked about why he wants an immediate rematch, why he wants to meet with Dana White face-to-face soon, how he feels about the loss, and how bad the weight cut was. Deiveson Figueiredo's arrived in Abu Dhabi. I don't think he gets an immediate rematch at all. There's no way he gets an immediate rematch. Luke Thomas is emotional and gay. Why are we talking about Luke Thomas all of a sudden? What's wrong with Luke Thomas? Just asking. He's just a bit boring. He's a little lefty shill with limp wrist. He's just a bit weird. He has his own motives for things, and he's just a bit of a weird person, a whinger. He didn't want the UFC to keep fighting. People forget that about Luke Thomas. People really do. He was against this whole thing happening. And now look what happened. The UFC is the biggest sport in the world right now. If we listened to Luke Thomas, we'd be nowhere right now. But thank you, Brendan Bushemin, for another 14 Canadian buckaroonies. I appreciate that very much, eh? What are your thoughts on Turf and who next would you like to see on there next, eh? If they're going to do Paulo Costa versus Israel Adesanya, they can do that, but I think it would backfire because Costa doesn't speak good English and it will just make Adesanya seem like a bully. Even though he gets bullied by everyone and he shuts up the haters and the trash talkers, even though he trash talks everyone and bullies everyone, even Robert Whittaker, who doesn't talk shit to anyone, but still, he's got a little bit of a victim complex. But I think they should do Colby versus Woodley. I really do. Because guess what Woodley could do when bringing in a guest coach? Bring in Jorge Masvidal. While Colby versus Woodley. Colby versus Woodley should be the next Ultimate Fighter. It should be on Fight Island. It's just so obvious to do it. It's so obvious to do Colby versus Woodley on the Ultimate Fighter. It really is. Because, Woodley trained at ATT as well. And he still trains there often as well. But, there's going to be some things getting brought up from under the carpet, I reckon, Some things that people don't know in that season, in anger between the pair of them. Once he tasted the title, he wants it so bad now, and he's realized if he can get the belt, then he can fight Conor. It's even better. Yeah, I guess. I wasn't really talking about him versus... I know why he doesn't want to fight Conor right now. Because if he calls out Conor, he loses. If Conor calls out him, he loses. You understand what game these guys are playing with each other? If you're the guy calling the other guy out, you put yourself below them. Masvidal knows kind of not to do that. So which means he never directly calls out McGregor. He says, yeah, I don't mind that fight. I'll whoop him. I'll beat the fucking shit out of him. But he never says, me, you, McGregor, let's do it right now. But, Guru fella, I felt like Jorge fought with zero game plan versus Usman. Just came out swinging and kicking recklessly and slowed down after the first round. What about you? Slowing down after the first round is nothing to do with his game plan. That's just his conditioning. He slowed down after the first round in the Nate Diaz fight. I think his game plan was to, whilst on the feet, get as much damage on Usman's skinny legs as he possibly can, so he just slammed kicks into him. But it didn't work. Usman was still able to hold him against the cage because Usman's just so much bigger than him. But, he definitely wasn't in peak physical condition. I'll give you that one. Definitely wasn't. I've never seen Masvidal without abs, and that card I did. So he definitely wasn't in peak physical condition. I think he was in shape, as in he could go and he could fight and he felt good in training. He wasn't getting into training, breathing heavy and being exhausted and stuff like that. He was definitely in shape, but there's a difference between being in shape and being in championship shape for a 5-rounder against Usman kind of shape, Xavier Guru, read Xavier's comment. Oh, where's Xavier's comment? Fuck's sake. Who's bums in the pub from Kingsman? I don't represent that part of British society. No, I don't. It's a good comment, though. I do live on minimum wage, though. Except for this. This isn't paying me minimum wage. If some reason you die early, God forbid, your bloopers will be a tribute and embodiment of your glorious soul, and we the OG soldiers, Chrissy, Nick, Savage, and Bloops will carry on your patrimony. Or you'll turn it into your own little channel where you post McGregor versus Khabib corner cams. Could do that. Colby Tyron is in the works for August. It's a good one. I want it to happen, man. I want Colby. Imagine if he just does it for real this time. Just gets on Woodley and drags him to the fuck. Woodley's going to get destroyed in the Colby fight. Will Woodley take the Colby fight next or now? Woodley doesn't have a choice now, I don't think. As much as they asked Woodley, is there a fight you'd love to take on next? And he said no, there's no one on the tip of his tongue, even though we know he should have called out Colby Covington. Thank you again for the 14 Canadian buckaroonies, Brendan Bushemin. But still, he's got no choice now, because if he doesn't take on Colby, he's going to end up taking on another day. What, Jeff Neal is the easy option out? That's a bad option. At least against Colby, he doesn't get KO'd, which is Woodley's game plan for his entire career right now. Just don't get KO'd, basically, is Woodley's career plan. Just lose, but lose by decision and don't get beaten up too bad. That's Woodley's plan, is survival rather than winning fights at this point. Colby Tyron in the works for August. I'm looking forward to it. People give Colby shit, but he's actually amazing. Oh, $10 from Cooler Unit. Thank you very much. Guru, can you watch 310 to Yuma Flowers of War and drive for me and review it? Or at least watch it, and next time I'm on, give a few thoughts on what you think. Thanks, they are my favorite movies. Flowers of War. What film are we looking at here? Oh, Christian Bale, eh? All right. I actually think I've seen this film. Is this The Asians? It is The Asians. I think I've actually seen Flowers of War, but I don't remember it whatsoever. Yeah. Weird favorite films, but maybe I'll check them out, dude. They're good films. Thanks for the $10. Really do appreciate that. I'll give you my thoughts. I watched some short clips of them. I watched Drive. Let me see Drive. I might have seen Drive as well. 2011. Wow, the same year. This guy's really 2011 themed. Oh, Ryan Gosling. Get in, get out, get away. I mean, this seems like a decent film as well. Maybe I'll check it out, dude. Thank you very much for the $10 donation. I appreciate that. Ryan Gosling. Interesting. He's in what's it called? With Harrison Ford. Incel movies. You need to get laid if those are your favorite films. Xavier's, we can see your profile picture. Stop talking about guys getting laid, please. My second favorite Nicholas Winding Refn movie. You know what I watched recently? Henning Wen, a comedian. He's pretty funny. Drive His Pants has about 4 lines of dialogue. Those are my kind of films. The UK have the best boxers. They do. They do. I mean, it's kind of built into our society, so and we're kind of corrupt as well. I got to give you guys. We might have the best boxers, but we are kind of corrupt with our decisions and babying fighters to get to where they are. So other countries don't have that luxury. You know, I'm sure if I don't know. Obviously, there's other countries out there, but if there was another country that owned kind of the system of it and all of the business around it, they would baby up a fighter that would eventually be great, but their fighters just get kind of thrown to the wolves because they don't have the infrastructure around it. So it's kind of unfair. But yeah, we kind of do have the best. What's your favorite film? Lamau, those are great movies. My favorite film, I don't really have one. I'm not really much of a film person, to be honest with you. Ben Shapiro, Owned with Facts and Logic. I've seen it. I mean, if you haven't seen that, you haven't been on the internet. But yeah, I've definitely seen it. Why don't you think Colby could out-wrestle Usman? I never said that before in my life. You've been asking about Santos Jones for a while. A lot of people are saying without all the fouls, Santos would have lost the decision to Bogatov. Bogatov, sorry. Yeah, probably. He seemed as though he was gassing out really quickly. I'm not picking Leonardo Santos again. I think I saw him finally become too old to do it, you know? So yeah, maybe. I thought you were talking about Santos Jones. I was just like, I've already answered this millions of times. Tyson, Ali, Mayweather, pretty sure the US has you beat. Oh, yeah, those guys that are currently... Oh, yeah. Oh, we're back in time. Oh, fuck, I forgot. Well, top of the morning to you, laddie, and toodle pip, and chip, chip, cheerio, and let me sweep your chimneys for you, because we're back 50 years. Dude, UK has the best boxers right now in the sport. What about Ali? Oh, yeah. Ali is not going to be good at boxing right now, guys. I don't need to take shots at Ali, but, you know, that jab's going to go a bit haywire. Guru and Jan Vellante should coach the next season of The Ultimate Fighter. We definitely should. We definitely should be coaching the next season of The Ultimate Fighter. I'd be down. Daniel Dubois will be the next British heavyweight champ. There's a good chance. Tyson and Ali sucked anyway. I mean, Tyson was a bit of a can crusher. People forget about that, but that's okay. You have failed miserably in the UFC, though. You're not talking to me, at least. 3 movie recommendations minus the donation. The Raid 1 and 2 and Blue Ruin. I've seen The Raid. I actually have. That's a good one. It only took one-eyed guy to beat an American for the belt. English goat. I mean, it's true. Even though Bisping is Irish and Polish. He is English because he was born in England, but, you know, it's understandable. We have Charlie Z in the US, though. Well, you do have Charlie Zelenoff. You're correct. But, actually, that's a fair point. Fuck Tyson Fury. You've got Charlie Zelenoff. 100% you win. Lennox Lewis is the GOAT. Yeah, he's up there. I don't even know too much about the old boxing time, but, you know. Blue Ruin is quality. I haven't seen it. Guru, who would win in a wrestling match? Khabib or Usman? I see Habib. Guru, Yo's go write a song, nerd. I'll probably say Usman, actually. He's strong enough. I don't know, man. I genuinely don't know anymore because Usman's performance against Masvidal. I thought he was so much better than that. But maybe he just had an off night. Who knows? I don't know what happened with Usman. But I thought he was way better than that. But maybe I need to just remind myself of Usman's fights again. I don't know. Don't ever show your face again, Xavier, or you're on the bloopers now exposed. Calm down, guys. Wait, who are you going after? Don't go after. Don't make a blooper about me roasting him. Don't do that. That's so fucking horrible. Don't fucking do that shit. Guru, do you listen to T Wood? No, I don't listen to T Wood whatsoever. Guru, watch the original Old Boy. How about we stop talking about what films you want me to watch? You understand? Guru, do you agree with Qatar first round KO? No, I don't. I agree with Qatar second round KO. TKO. Incel is such a dumb word. I mean, it doesn't make any sense because it literally isn't what it describes. An incel is an involuntary celibate, which means they're intentionally not having sex. But the people that you call incels have no choice over that matter because ugly lives don't matter in society. And it's the only lives. We're not even going to say those two words because I'll get demonetized. But, you know, ugly people get some shit, man. Guru, do you agree with Qatar by first round KO? Stop calling people incels, you fucking bully. Blooper is tricking Guru. Guru, watch Cannibal Holocaust. There's another word that gets me demonetized. MMA bloopers, you are this man's bitch. I mean, yes, but don't say it to him. Qatar versus Volkanovski. I'd go with, we'll see, man. Don't ask me them dumb questions, man. I don't fucking know yet. I want to see what Qatar does against Ige. Then I want to see what Qatar does against two more top 5 guys. Can I have that first before I start predicting fights between him and Volkanovski? I think Volkanovski would be able to catch the single, not catch the single. I think Volkanovski would inside leg kick and move around Qatar to avoid the 1-2 and would win that fight right now. But I don't know. Maybe Qatar destroys a top 5 guy and then all of a sudden I'm not saying that anymore. Did you see the beef between Ali Abdelaziz and Ariel Helwani on Twitter? Yeah, but that's kind of just shitting on dominance. I mean, it's kind of Ali Abdelaziz's personal grudge against Ariel Helwani. And he's making the dominance MMA fighters pay for it by not letting them get on ESPN MMA. Makes no sense. You know? TKZ is a threat to Volko. I mean, he is. He is. I think TKZ is the biggest threat to Volko other than Josh Emmett and obviously Holloway, I guess. Because you've got to kind of give it to him. He made it close. Jiri versus Corey Anderson. Jiri's going to KO him in the first round, I'd say. Corey Anderson is some problems. I like Corey Anderson, but, you know, the chin is a real issue in MMA. I hope Ali gets slapped bad and knocked out cold on camera. I'd rather that happen, to be honest. Legends of the Fall is another must-watch movie. Let me see Legends of the Fall. Ugh. 1994. Oh my God, how old are my viewers? I wasn't even born. Brad Pitt. How old is Brad Pitt? What the fuck? Cowboy film. Yeah, I don't even know these fucking films, guys. I'm not really a big film guy. I know films, but I don't watch them ever. I can't remember the last time I actually watched a film start to finish. Google Cannibal. We're not doing movie time with Guru. Molly by submission in the second round. I think she gets it done by decision. Do you think Burns or Edwards should get the next title shot? I think that Gilbert Burns should get the next title shot because he's the #1 contender and he beat the former champion in Tyron Woodley. Guru, how much for that woolly hat? We're talking 10K. And even then, I'm not giving it to you, but I'll take it 10K. You have to watch. No. What's next for Aldo? Aldo should fight. Let's say Edgar's already lost twice to Aldo. Well, if Munoz loses, maybe Munoz versus Aldo, but that's not really too big of a fight. So let me see what we're looking at here. Let me look at Aldo's resume. Whether you like it or not. I don't worry about you know the trunk chain don't stop. Beto, don't take away my Glock. I'd go with Aldo versus Faber 2. I reckon they could make that fight and put it as the fight night headliner. Aldo versus Garbrandt. I mean, if Garbrandt's unsuccessful, or what if Marias loses to Garbrandt and they do a Marias-Aldo rematch? Maybe they could do that. But if they're not going to do either of those ones and they're not going to give Aldo a jump up the rankings, Aldo versus Faber 2 is actually a fight I'd be genuinely intrigued by if it was the main event of a fight night, honestly. Guru is trans. Yeah, they put my pussy surgery underneath the beanie. So that's why I put it on. So no one can tell that I'm actually female, you know. Donnie, you're out of your element. Don't use the word Donnie. No one uses that word anymore. Aldo versus Rafael Assunção. What next do you think, Guru? Next, what do you think? No, they're not going to do that. They're going to save Rafael Assunção for someone else to lose in the top 5. Maybe a Mirage trilogy with Assunção if he does end up losing. Or if TJ loses his comeback fight, they'll funnel in TJ versus Assunção 3, the trilogy as well. Assunção's got some trilogies with guys waiting in the pipeline. They're going to wait for one of those guys to lose and need a bounce back win. However, Aldo versus Faber's a good one. Lamau, that Donnie doesn't even know how to say Donnie. Yeah, no, it's fucking crazy, dude. Colby gets the belt and fights GSP. Who wins? Biznich. Colby. Because by the time Colby gets the fucking belt, GSP will be fucking 40. Nick Diaz, Xavier got luck. Guru vouched for him. Yeah, don't post a bullying video. Come on. I saw Guru on the Geordie Shore fishing with his nan and his brother. That's not true though. Guru, who does Sugar Sean face if he beats Cheeto? Rob Font. Or if Stamen beats Rivera, which he doesn't. But if he does, then Stamen. It's a good fight. Guru, you know UFC fighters auction their fight kit. I guarantee if you auction your beanies once every 6 months, you'll get good money for them. Probably, but that's really weird. Covington versus Till. I'm just going to make a loud noise to cover up my fart. Yeah, it is Nazis. Till at middleweight. But Covington at 170. Thoughts on Garbrandt? Looks like he still keeps his hands low when swinging wild. Yeah, Garbrandt has not changed anything about his game. He just landed a big punch. He's not back. He's the same Garbrandt that lost 3 times before, but he landed it that time, you know? Have you ever heard of Vietnam? No, I haven't heard of that at all, dude. 2 hours today. Guru, we need you to do an impression video. We do, but that's not going to happen. It's kind of annoying. I don't want to do an impression video. Fuck that. Guru, Figueiredo versus Benevidez. Why is Nick talking to my friends so much? There's some relationship issues going on in the chat right now. Don't like that one. Zabit Cherrypov versus Calvin Kattar. No idea what you're talking about, but Zabit Cherrypov would lose if it's a 5-rounder because his name is Zabit, and surely that comes with bad cardio, you know? James Vick, strike and defense impression, please. That's James Vick's strike and defense. Edmund dropped a prediction video. Nice. My wife's boyfriend bought me a Nintendo Switch today. Interesting. I'm watching you on my TV and I feel like you're actually in my room. Nah, I don't want to do that. I was going to act like I was going to crawl out the camera then, but that was a bit much. Blooper right there. Yo Guru, Ige has been on a rise to the top. He's hard-nosed, never gives up. That's not a blooper right there. If that's a blooper, we're out of content. Ige has been on a rise to the top. He's hard-nosed, never gives up. Better wrestler than Qatar. No, not at all. There's no evidence to suggest he's a better wrestler than Qatar. No evidence at all. No evidence at all. Evidence. There's no evidence. Who has Dan Ige taken down? Danny Henry? Well, McQuan just done that. You know? Well, Zabit couldn't take down Qatar. Couldn't keep him there at all. Qatar got straight back up. Andre Philly tried it with Qatar. Couldn't do anything. I understand where this impression that Dan Ige is a better wrestler than Qatar comes from. Makes no sense. Maybe he's an offensive wrestler. That doesn't make you a better wrestler. It just makes you someone willing to wrestle. Jack Attack impression, please. I have no idea what he sounds like. If Zabit loses to Yair, should he fight Emmett after? Lovely. Should he fight Emmett after? No. Yes, maybe. No, I think if Zabit loses to Yair, they could do Zabit versus Holloway for the fight with Volkanovski if Holloway wins, which he will, because it'll be a 5-rounder, you know. Jorge's foot impression, please. I don't know how to do that without caving in my face. I'm not sure about that one. This is bowling. There are rules. Guru, give us a 5-fighter parlay for this card. I'm going to be going with... I don't know. But I'll give you a 5-fight parlay. Why not? While we're here. UFC schedule. I'll go with Qatar, Tim Elliott, Rivera, McCann, prelims, Jabra, not him. I don't know anymore. But those guys on the main card. I think I've got the main card pretty correct. Qatar, Elliott, Rivera, McCann, Abdul. Pretty basic predictions, but they're the ones I have winning, you know. All on the left. Fucking liberal cucks. Jack Hermanson impression. Hello, welcome to Philadelphia. Thank you for watching me beat David Blanche. And come back to Copenhagen and win the title against Jack Soda. That's my Jack Hermanson impression. Balloon, foot, game, bread, 305. Thank you very much. Californian Buckaroonies, $2.80 from Brendan Bushemin. And Ghana impression, please. I want to do the no, what do you call it? I want to do the That's my Ghana impression. OG, Guru Woodley got messed up by a high school teacher on the Titan Games. Really? That would be funny. I haven't seen that though. Yeah, I remember you. Valente versus Guru. When? Nick Diaz 209 Army. Yeah, I remember you. Like he's the fucking guy who decides who's an OG and who isn't. Calm down, good sir. I just read a question and didn't answer it though. Valente versus Guru when? I'm thinking whenever he can make, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Whenever he recovers from his cardiac arrest and gets his breath back from the Maurice Green fight, because he's still out of breath from that Maurice Green fight. But whenever he gets it back together and his lungs start to come down, I'll do it, you know. And I'll put him in that fucking diabetes submission choke from bottom, you know. Guru making fun of fake Nick. It happened last night. He got starched. Did he really? Tyron Woodley, Titan Games. Tyron Woodley. He has no face. Tyron Woodley, Titan Games. He lost to a high school teacher. That's crazy. I don't even know what Titan Games is. I've never heard of this before. Gives it his all at Mount Olympus. Tyron Woodley, the Titan Games contestant. He's not famous. This is crazy to me that Woodley's on shows. He's not liked or famous by anyone. Jorge's foot impression, please. I don't know how to do a foot impression for Masvidal. Shut up. Every dog has his day. Every dog has his day. And your days come. And you're the old dog and it's my day now. Tomorrow and Jonathan. 48-47 Ige. Interesting. Masvidal impression, I'm just going from Miami, man. I'm just going from Miami, man. Could Colby stop Woodley on the feet? No. Masvidal impression, just a goon from Miami. I'm just a goon from Miami, man. No fight, 3-piece, and a soda. So let me do my work. I'm fucking Scousnach. Backpack. I can get fucking phlegmy. Don't make me fucking do it. Fury is your best impression. Dosha! Come on, Deontay! Deontay Wilder's a bum and a dosha. Say 13. 13. I'm OG and Guru knows it. What's up? Shout me out, Guru. How's it going? Can of Coke, you're taking everything I work for, motherfucker. I'm gonna fight your motherfucking ass. TKZN is K-pop homie versus K-pop homie versus Brian Ortega and one of his street goons he left behind when he made a choice. Yeah. Ortega is just a crazy one. Yeah, that fucking hood charity guy, Ortega. Remember them charities? Anyone heard anything about Ortega's charity work? Anything at all? I haven't heard a single thing about Ortega's charity work that he mentioned in every single fucking post-fight interview, it felt like. I haven't heard a single thing about him donating to charity. Okay, that's fair enough. I seen him go surfing with a disabled kid, and that was his idea of the charity work. You know, hood charity. I haven't seen it. Do you think McGregor Khabib 2 could get 3 million pay-per-view buys? Yeah, because it would be the people know how big it is now. The first time, I don't think they did quite know how much of a monster Khabib was, because McGregor was a fucking favorite, you know. So I think this time they know how big it would be and how much it means. They would buy it more often. I don't think it would be 3 million. I mean, it actually would be. But then again, the population's taken a bit of a hit recently. At you know what I mean? Cooler unit with a $5. Who would you rather film with, Lulu Chu or Kim Kardashian? She's from Wuhan. Yikes. Probably Kim K. This one's looking a bit young for my liking. I'll be honest with you guys. That's dangerous to try that one out. A little bit older for me. Even if she's older than me, that's just a little bit young looking. You know? I don't know. There's just a certain level of youngness where it's like, is it worth the... it's just, you know, a little bit worrying sometimes when there's a bit of youth in the face, you know? I like a little bit of mustache. No, not mustache, just, you know, a little bit of aging. $5. Cooler unit. Thank you very much again. But I'm going with Kim Kardashian, probably. Guru, even though she got a fake ass as well. I mean, it's just everyone's out here fake. Who looks bad in the weigh-ins? Abdur Razak Al Hassan looks quite bad in the weigh-ins. The guy he lost to was built like Volante. Yeah, that's true. Fucking monster. If Darren Till loses to Whitaker, who should he fight next? Mike Petty. How's it going, Guru? $5 from Nino Haynes. How's it going, man? Thank you very much for the 5 buckaroonies. I really do appreciate that. I love this. Thank you very much for the $5, man. I appreciate you. Who do you hate more, Chinese or John Jones? John Jones, for sure. I've never been eye-poked by a Chinese meal. A succulent Chinese meal. I know you. I see you know your judo well. Anyone seen that video? A succulent Chinese meal. Why do they call people from Liverpool Scouser? They fucking came from a fucking pot of scouse. When the Irish fucking immigrated to England, they came with a broth that they called a pot of scouse. And that's why they call fucking scousers, because the people who made the fucking scouse were named scousers. And they're fucking scouse. 2 hours today. Yeah, that's 2 hours today. Frank Mir had a horseshoe up his ass. I pulled that sumbitch out. I beat him over the head with it. Woo! Who wins, Leon Scoot or Wonder Boy? I don't know why I found Leon Scoot so funny. I just like people messing up his name. Wonder Boy, I think, would win. Leon Edwards is not much of a heavy leg kicker. He's got good leg kicks, but he doesn't cripple guys with them as much. And he doesn't throw them as wide as others as well, so he doesn't cover much distance with him. He chops low. So I'll go with Wonder Boy. Leon Edwards doesn't really have the answers for it. John Jones versus Stipe prediction? Stipe. Stipe Miocic for sure. Paige Vanzant impression? $5. YBB Sports Data. 5.01 Qatar to compete 3 full rounds. It's not going to happen. So I don't know if that's worth your prediction, but you've already wasted £5 or $5 of your potential betting money. But thank you, YBB Sports Data. I don't know if you're advertising your own odds, but thank you, Sports Data, man. I appreciate you very much. I don't think that's going to happen. I think Qatar gets him out of there in 2. Guru, it's cold outside. Let me in through your window. It's not cold outside. And no, I won't let you in through my window. Amanda Ribas impression? I don't really know. No, I'm not going to do an Amanda Ribas impression. Did you see Colby say Dustin Poirier? Yeah, I did. Colby's impressions are good, man. I don't give a fuck about what people say about Colby. His impressions make me chuckle every time. Not even just the stuff he says, but I'm anticipating his answers. And I know they're never going to be a serious answer. Like the person giving the questions, the interviewer, will ask like a 10-minute long question and then expect Colby to have something other than an insult for that person. Like, they can ask a question for 30 seconds straight, mapping out their question, and he'll ignore it and just insult the person they're talking about. It's amazing to watch. A Manson impression, please. Thank you from Philadelphia. Thank you, America from Philadelphia. I very much appreciate the opportunity to hijack the souls out of here. Do a Jordan Griffin impression. That's him in the 3rd round with Yusuf Zalal. Colby impression. What? That's my Colby impression. I can't really do it, though. I love Colby on Submission Radio. Good chemistry there. There's some good chemistry. I feel like the chemistry between me and Colby, once I'm a big enough channel, will be massive. You know, Guru does a Chukwu impression. I don't know. I don't really feel like. I mean, I've got no one to kick in the dick, so I can't really do it. You know, Mipe Sports has good Colby montage. They do. Mipe Sports, I like him. Hi Guru, I'm new here. Are you homosexual or just a little camp? Like Masvidal. A little camp? No. We're gonna go with neither. Thank you very much. Colby impression. Curtis Blades can't beat Stipe. That's a thinker right there, boys. A short camp. You get it? No, we're not gonna explain jokes. Colby will roast the fuck out of you. I'll take it and I'll give it right back. Fucking soy boy. What do you think of Jiri Prochaska's performance? Good performance. He lost the first round and almost got KO'd though. Let's not forget about that, but he did have an amazing performance. Prove me wrong, for sure. Every dog has his day. Rafael Dos Nachos. DC versus Stipe 3 is the most interesting fight this year. That is an interesting statement to make. But yes, it kind of is, because it means the most, I would say. It means the greatest heavyweight of all time, regardless of what happens afterwards. So it kind of does. You're correct. Well, even if DC wins, there's questions, but people, I don't know. Whatever. I think if Stipe wins, he's the greatest of all time. If DC wins and Ngannou just destroys the division, as an answer. But Stipe's beaten the current heavyweights, you know? Well, he's beaten Ngannou, so, you know. Hi, Guru, I'm new here. You Matthew McGorry. You were good in Big Fish. Okay, then, dude. Thank you very much. Oh, it's this guy. Wow, I've actually seen this guy in something. I don't even know. I don't know what's wrong with him, though. It's actually quite... I don't know. I don't want to talk about it, but I've seen this guy. Is he a basketball player or something? I've seen him in a film where he's a basket. I don't know. He must have been in a film then. Yeah, maybe. Oh, yeah, there you go. Look, he's just a famous guy for being the tall guy in films. Very interesting indeed how these people are created. Very interesting. Devil's Rejects. Thanks, Cooler Unit. Khabib impression. Hey, you know this guy. Hey. Stipe is the most boring fighter in the UFC. Not really. I think he's quite cool. Jiri, do you think UFC will eventually... I mean, Usman's there, you know? I mean, you just watched Usman fight. Let's calm down. Jiri, do you think UFC will eventually make Zabit fight for the belt in a 3-round title fight? Yeah, probably. They'll make that rule just for him. 3 rounds for Zabit. That's how it works, you know. Fat gay Chuck Norris, I'll take it. Take off your beanie, you fuel. No, I'm good. Khabib impression. Already done it. Who should a Manson fighter... After he wins against Kelvin on Sunday, Guru, maybe the winner of Edmund versus Brunson? Perhaps. Perhaps indeed. Perhaps the winner of Hall versus Romero, nay? Perhaps if it's Romero, I mean, Romero's not going to be needing a title shot if he wins. He's going to need 1 more fight. 2 more fights, perhaps. Be a good fight. Usman impression? You just got to widen out your fucking traps. You know? Just as fucking much as you can. You got to get your traps from there to fucking all the way up here, boys, you know? Just stretch them out and then just sit like that for ages. Just the traps all the way up, you know? Brunson shows up and kills the hype. Yeah, hopefully. Talk like Masvidal, you fucking goon. Guru's got a Stewie head. No, I don't. That's not even... I mean, Chrissy J trying to join in with the jokes. Thanks for ruining it. It wasn't even good. I don't know. Like, I understand the insults, but come on. I don't. What does your hair look like, mate? It's like Ally Quinter's right now. It's a little bit long, unstyled, because there's no barbers that I like. I don't like going to barbers anyway. I don't like actually getting my hair cut styled. I just shave it short or leave it grow long. OS bet his guy on his fights or just run his mouth. Actually, I go to hairdressers now and again. It depends. If I'm getting ready for something big, I'll get my hair cut. Holy shit, you've got narrow shoulders. I mean, now I'm sitting like this. If I sit up straight, they come out a little bit. What are you talking about? You're a fucking weird cunt, money man, honestly. Jesus Christ. Do you think Frank Shamrock should be in the Hall of Fame? I think he should. He's the first ever well-rounded mixed martial artist. He is. He's a good fighter. Yeah, Quinta. Look at bloopers. Dude, your hair is flat. It is not flat. How dare you? It's not like fucking Yaquintas. Is Adesanya your impression? But I was bullied, but I had servants, but I had a tough upbringing, but I had servants, but I was bullied, but I was a millionaire, but I could dance, but I was bullied, but it's just everything's contradicting himself. That's okay. That one hurt you, found a soft spot. No, it's just like, it's not true. The Stewie head and then that one right after is just not true. Like, I'll accept the ones that actually are quite obvious, but, you know, I'm not taking some fucking dumb shit. Is he looking like a smarter Tito Ortiz? Yeah, kind of. Tito Ortiz is a fucking genius, though. You can't blame him. I mean, name me a guy who's managed to successfully get a trilogy when they've lost the first 2 fights. Holloway might be the first guy. Well, not the first guy, but Holloway might get it soon. But you know, Tito Ortiz is in that mix. Your small, narrow shoulders from Macho Libre. That's actually a very good film. That's not true, though. Worst stoppage of 2020. Don't bring up his shoulder. I'm just a left shoulder. I'm just a left shoulder. You know? Yo Romero impression. Say my name. Yo Romero impression. Hey, Dana! Hey! Hey, Dana! That's my Yo Romero impression. Worst stoppage of 2020? Probably going to go with fucking Naldo Yan just because it's recent memory, I guess. Alexander Hernandez impression. Old and withering. I don't know really what he sounds like, to be honest. He's just chaddish, you know? Have you ever been in a street fight? No, I haven't actually been in a street fight. No, I haven't. It doesn't happen in the street. I've had a fucking plenty of fights at school and outside of school and that, and maybe at the fucking football park a couple of times, and even a taekwondo outside of the sparring session a couple of times. But yeah, no, we don't fight in the street, and not many people do. I consider a street fight a fight in the street, and I haven't had a fight in the street. In like an actual road, you know. Connor impression? No. I was drunk a few times at a bar. Interesting. Thank you for your sharing advice. Thank you for sharing your advice. Fuck off with the impressions. Dan Hooker impression. We've got conflicting interests in the chat here today. That's right, Dan Hooker. I'm gonna smash your face in. Nachos and guacamole. Interesting. Guru impression. Just did it. Guru is the love child that Tito Ortiz and Gabby Garcia gave up for adoption. That is not true. Guru, who would win between you and Ronnie Pickering? I'm Ronnie Pickering. I think Ronnie Pickering would take that win for sure. I don't have a motorbike to chase him down with, so definitely Ronnie Pickering. You've got a body like a soda bottle. You got some weak insults. Guru can't get a girlfriend. It's not true. Hooker impression. I actually could, but I just got standards, and my standards are too high for myself, and I'm not going to stoop that low just to get a girlfriend. You know, trust me. I reckon I could, guys. If I was really desperate, I reckon I easily fucking could. Don't get me wrong. Like, I get matches. It's just, you know, I'm a bit picky. You know, and maybe I'm a bit too picky for my own face. But maybe the money comes first, and then the pickiness has to change. You know, because money somehow makes you attractive to people. Classic incel excuse. It really is. Whatever, man. I don't want to say it. Like, I can't defend myself here without seeming arrogant, but I'm not fucking hideous. You know, I could get something, but I don't want something. You know, thick hips and narrow shoulders like Sean O'Malley. Thick hips and narrow. Sean O'Malley has thick hips. Where are you from? Where Sean O'Malley has thick hips? Yikes. Kutalaba stoppage. Yeah, Kutalaba stoppage. I was thinking the opposite way. Yeah, Kutalaba stoppage is actually the worst for sure. Sorry, I was thinking like bad stoppages as in like the guy took too much damage, but yeah, Kutalaba stoppage was the worst. Can you kick people in the face? Yes. Compared to his shoulders, yes. Does he really? I haven't paid that much attention to Sean O'Malley's body. Get a girl. No. Why would I do that? I'm busy working on something. You know, why would I fucking weigh myself down with that shit? Every weekend, wait, you want me to get a girlfriend? Well, it looks like the fight companions every Saturday night are off. There you go. I mean, that's what you want me to do, guys. That's how it's going, you know. Saturday night, I'm out. I'm busy. I'm busy on dates. I'm going cinema. I'm going around her house. She's going around my house. I'm meeting the family for my family meal Saturday evening. No more fight watching. That's it. Over. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. Sean O'Malley is a built like broccoli. Actually, kind of is. Can you kick people in the face? Yes, indeed. Wide hips and narrow shoulders like Sean. I don't have narrow... Whatever. Bring it on stream. You guys are being retarded today. No stop. First of all, Holloway beats Volkanovski. Now I've got narrow shoulders. Come on, guys. Don't be stupid. Guru lives in a 4-story house. Yeah, I don't fucking live in a 4-story house, pal. I don't fucking live there. Guru, could you beat the Weldstone Raider? Oh, you want champ? Yeah, I could. Weldstone Raider's good, but come on. You know? Come on. Weldstone Raider, you know? It's all good. Shut the fuck up, dude. Lamau. I don't know who you're talking to. Edson Barboza is on a 3-fight losses streak. I bet if he loses, he's going to get cut. Here's what you do. Jeremy Stevens on a losing streak. Edson Barboza on a losing streak. Barboza, Stevens. Loser goes home. Winner stays on. That's what you do. I got to go now, Guru. Say my name proper. Brendan Beauchemin. I've done it for the $5.50 Canadian buckaroonies. Thank you very much, good sir. I think it's Buchanan or Buchanan. Thank you very much for the money, dude. I appreciate that. Choosing his career over a relationship. I mean, this kind of is a career, though, right? Gary, you outside at night in South London? Oh, yeah, I just sit around in the darkness of night, you know, and just watch people and follow them. We're going now, though. How would DC versus Lesnar have gone if it happened a couple years ago, Guru? I don't know. I don't know. Guru's got an Olenek body. I don't have an Olenek body. Olenek is shredded, though. I'll take it. How would DC versus Lesnar have gone if it happened a couple years ago, Guru? I don't mind Lesnar's chances, but I reckon DC would eventually get back up and do well. But Lesnar's a... People act like Lesnar didn't KO Randy Couture, but, like, that's okay. People underrate Lesnar, I feel like. He's actually pretty decent. Marlon Moraes confirmed by him. I mean, obviously, he's pretty decent. He was the world champion, but like he's still a huge... If there wasn't USADA, Lesnar would beat a lot of people right now. But there is, you know. And he isn't in his prime anymore. He's a bit older, you know. Stephen A. Smith impression? I can't do a Stephen A. Smith impression. Yo, Guru, check Jan's Twitter right now. It's hilarious. I've got to see Jan's Twitter. Give me a second. Yo, Jan Twitter. Indeed. Let me see what he said. If this is something I've already seen, I'm going to be very disappointed. Nope, it's something I've already seen. But his Twitter is very good. I like it very much. I like it very much indeed, you know. Very much indeed. Shaw and Wood. Interesting. Piotr No Mercy Jan. Jack Shaw and Nathaniel Wood declined to fight my corner man on short notice. This two cowards don't deserve to be part of the best fight organization in the world because they picked easier options for themselves. He was originally scheduled against Umar Nurmagomedov. I mean, I get it, but Jan maybe stepping a little bit. But obviously, he's going to defend his corner man. But if his corner man's a fucking nobody, then who the fuck cares? You know? He was going to fight Umar Nurmagomedov. I doubt he's ducking Jan's corner man on a day's notice. But still, good fights, good fights. But Piotr No Mercy Jan. He's been going ham on Twitter, though. Really ham. 18 chins being cracked at the same time. Oh, because he's showing 9 of Aldo again. Jan's decent, man. Like, it translates well, you know? Guru's a great-great-granddad was Jack the Ripper. Okay, we're gonna go now before the accusations get too much. See you later, guys. Marlon Moraes has confirmed he's fighting Cody. Who wins? Moraes, switch kick up the top. I mean, switch kick to the head up the top. What am I talking about? Switch kick to the head, second round, Marlon Moraes, after loading up the legs in the first. Toodle pip. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.